I do not want to get arrested.
Like, that's a soundbite. Sorry.
That's great.
You'd see a snake now and then. You'd be like, cool, you stay over there. I'm going to be here.
Yeah.
Oh, good one, William. I feel like you're just provoking his autism.
Yeah, we're stoking the fire.
Yeah. Okay. It's good.
Now,
It's a good game. I like it.
You're not a flat earther, right?
I have flown around this world too many times.
right.
I thought you were British. I'm Italian, and Italians talk with their hands. And all my hands were trying to say...
Australia, to adjust your hop up, do you have to set it down? You have diplomatic immunity.
It's not you I'm worried about, Dave. It's my father-in-law.
Wait, what C word?
He has diplomatic immunity.
Which C word? Contagious?
Go buy our merch. Go to the Zulu24.square.site, buy some merch. Also, I found a little hiccup and I can't seem to resolve it. So when you go and you buy merch, when you look at it, it says out of stock. Everything says out of stock until you put in your size.
Oh.
So everything's there. You got to put in your size. Head on over Zulu24.square.site. Pick up your Zulu24 merch. We're always kind of updating it. All the designs on there. There are a lot of cool stuff.
AC/DC does sound like a dying cat. And if you listen to them with that thought in your mind, like you can't unhear it. Like, like it's a dying cat.
I knew you had a plan.
William thought you were in trouble. He thought you were a woman who
thought you were a dying cat.
No,
He's like, hey, fucking dinner.
The AC. No cats here.
Bon Scott's like buried in the city I live in. So that is the original singer of AC/DC.
Yep.
It's just, for the child here.
No, I know. Yeah, no.
I don't know that.
He died from an overdose.
People go have listening parties at his grave all the time. Like, drink tins and listen to AC/DC on his grave.
Bon Scott,
disrespectful or respectful?
Bon Scott choked on his own vomit, right?
I don't know. One of the rock star ways to go out.
Yeah.
That's not the Cobain way. The other way. Yeah.
When's Nikki Sixx gonna die? From Motley Crue.
What a fucking weird question.
When would you like him to die?
Yeah, right. Like, are you about to take a road trip? What's going on?
Is this a Polybet market or?
Yeah.
Have you seen Motley Crue like playing live recently?
No.
Have you listened to any Motley Crue?
It's Motley Crue. No.
Really? You never heard any songs?
I've heard their songs, yeah, but
Okay, so some like you've heard like "Kickstart My Heart," right?
sure.
Kickstart my heart.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like that.
I heard
Now it doesn't.
I heard a little bit.
Now it doesn't. Now
Is he just hobbling across the stage?
It sounds like he doesn't even know the lyrics anymore. He's saying
him.
like "Keemstar Mahar"
Good start.
instead of "Kickstart My Heart."
I listened to saw Bob Dylan live a few years back now, and holy shit, it's like pouring gravel down a hill.
Oh,
Yeah,
It was terrible.
He's always sounded like that.
Like, dude, just play, don't sing, just play.
never mind. You know what? Just it's fine. If you lip sync, that's fine. We're okay with it. You're old. We get it. Oh shit. Hi everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Zulu 24 podcast. As always, I'm joined by Anthony from Antec Airsoft Studios, Jordan from Zulu Outdoor. And today we have a very special guest from literally the other side of the planet. We have, I'll just call you Australian Russ.
That'll do. G'day. How are we?
That way we don't dox you too much. Well, not even that it matters, I guess, but nobody's going all the way to that.
Yeah, that's a really committed doxing if you really want to do that. But yeah,
Shit, man.
there's like 6 people in Australia, so it might be pretty easy.
Yeah. Well, there's only 5 now because you're here. Yeah, that's a shame.
Fuck, I left the lights on. God damn it.
Yeah. To the country,
Yeah.
he means, yeah. Oh, shit, man. Well, welcome to the U.S. again. I know you come out like once a year.
Yeah, once a year. So I married a lovely lady from about an hour upstate. So every year we come back, we see the family, the nephews get bigger, more aggressive, that sort of thing. So yeah, and I try and get away and let her have some time with her family, have some time for me. And I found this about 2018, 2017, something like that.
Nice.
So like you found Zulu then, or you got into airsoft then?
Both at the same time. So we had gel blasters back home. I'm sure we'll go into a long diatribe about them. But yeah, I was like, look, what can I do? I have one of these back home. Airsoft's the real thing. So I bought some rubbish secondhand gear off Reddit and went to a field upstate and then came here. I was like, wow, this is better.
Appreciate it.
And met some dudes and just come back every year with them. So
It's so funny because like airsoft, like we get the boss unit, we're like, oh man, it's like a little bit closer to like shooting the real thing.
Yeah.
In Australia, they're like, it's almost like airsoft.
yeah, I'll just run
It's
around
almost
with
like real airsoft.
I'll run around with a stick and clap my hands up.
Oh man, so I see you're wearing a Gun Gamers shirt.
I am, yeah. So Lane threatened me to wear it, but yeah, like
Wait. Is this a sneaky advertisement?
not at all, not at all. He's
Oh.
like, here's a free shirt, wear it.
It's free
Hello.
if you wear it.
No, look, when I first turned up here in 2018, like a shitty gun that I'm not even sure if it works or not. It worked in the backyard.
Yeah.
It's an airsoft gun, so it may not work now. I bombed up and there was I saw a couple of guys running around in Ozcam and it had an Australian flag and a pole and I was like, sick, my people are here. This is awesome.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. So I roll across. I'm like, hey, you guys Aussie, this is amazing.
And then you met Eric, who's hyper American. He's like, hi, nice to meet you.
Yeah, I was like this dude with a stogie and RPK and face paint. I was like, that's Eric. But yeah, two dudes, Travis and John, who are great dudes. Do a great Aussie impression. So they were like, look, we're not. We're from here. We're from Long Island. And that's a terrible impression. I'm sorry.
No, it's good.
So I was like, well, I don't know anyone. Can I hang out with you guys? And they're like, sure, whatever. And it turned out it's like the Survivor Mega guys, the Gun Gamers guys. And
yeah.
probably some of the more experienced people that you could have here that tolerate me every year. So
Right on, man.
every year I'm like, hey, I'm coming back these dates. They organise a date, we get together, drink some beers, come play some airsoft. It's good times.
Yeah, we had, I think you reached out through Instagram. You're like, hey, these Milsim days look pretty cool. I'm coming all the way from Australia. What are the chances we can do it on the 30th? And I was like, I mean, if you're coming from Australia, might as well make an effort,
If it wasn't on the 30th, Jordan would have thrown a fit.
Well, no, I saw the message. David already responded, and I was like, I can do that. So I immediately just called Dylan, was like, hey, check your text. And I sent him a screenshot. I was like, so the 30th, right? And he's like, yeah, I'm in.
Yeah.
Normally, if a player asks, it's a hard no if you ask us to schedule something around you. But from Australia, yeah, why not?
Appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, you're coming in from Australia.
Yeah, I figured it was maybe a week out of cycle or something, so I may as well give it a shot. And yeah, no, thanks. I really appreciate it. It was a good day. I really enjoyed it. So
Good. I'm
apart
glad.
from your squad with that M240, I did not enjoy that.
Yeah.
Connor with the chop 240.
Yeah. Shooting full auto 4.0s in this economy. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
In this
Dude's made of money.
Yeah, he is actually.
He buys it a case at a time.
Yeah.
So I looked up I looked up top 10 offensive things in Australia. Number one.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, can you say that word on this podcast just quietly?
Which one?
The C one.
You're a foreign. Yeah. I think you have diplomatic immunity.
You can say it.
So
If
the
we-
funny thing
well,
is, right
if
before you
we-
walked in, I asked if it's okay that you say it.
Yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
I'm going to limit it because I know my father-in-law will listen to this podcast, probably with my mother-in-law.
Well, if we put a subtitle under it every time you say it,
just a little patch across my mouth. That'll do it. Yeah. Sorry, top 10 most offensive
So
things.
the first one was boasting or showing off wealth. Australians value modesty and
4 O's,
humility, so
yeah.
big noting or flaunting wealth is considered extremely poor form. And shooting 4 O's in this economy?
Yeah.
It's so we have I think we call it tall poppy syndrome, right? So it's if you are trying to show off and be top of the pack, everyone's like, fuck off. We don't care about that. Yeah, exactly. Whereas here it's kind of considered the dude who yells the loudest is the best sort of thing. So
That's the outward view, but the inward view is that guy's an ass.
yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, it definitely tall poppy syndrome is absolutely a thing, right? You kind of want to, most of the times, if you are at work and if you are at the top of the pack and you're like, hey, look at me, your workmates will stop talking to you,
Right.
and they'll think you're a bit of a dick. So
If you walk in with a Gucci belt.
yeah, it's do you guys have essays here? No.
Have what?
The essays, shit, I need to look up the formal definition. It's basically dudes who walk around with rat's tails and bum bags and Gucci tracksuits and stuff like that.
Oh.
It's a real subculture of
Yeah, we have another word
Yeah.
for that. Yeah.
Hype beast, right? Like hype beast or
Nah.
Let me look up what the official thing of an essay is.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing now.
They've got their own little subculture language that
I would equate them to a frat bro.
Maybe I had a different word in mind, but I don't know.
We can believe it.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that would be. It's Western
That's gonna be a long
Sydney.
bleep.
yeah,
That's going to be a long bleep.
Yeah, we got to bleep the whole part of that word, just so that nobody gets it confused. Yeah. Yeah.
Yo, Australians are very easy to trigger just reading this. So is that offensive slang or hand gestures? Fanny pack. The word fanny is a vulgar slang term.
That's right.
It's not that vulgar. Like I think fanny pack's bigger for British people.
It says the thumbs up gesture.
What?
While
What?
generally
What?
fine, some sources caution that this can be interpreted as obscene in Australia.
Are you like? Is this some AI generated slop?
he's on
or-
it.
This is the Google AI first thing on the
Always
page.
accurate. Always.
I don't know,
Like probably one of the most offensive things you can do is call someone champ. Ironically.
Oh, really?
Yeah. If you get like
man.
a solid champion, you're like, right, fuck you. I don't.
What about fella?
fellas? Fine. I'd be like, hey, fellas, what are we doing today? But I'm like, listen, champ. Like that's.
I'm not your champ guy. I'm not your guy, pal. I'm not your pal, chief.
See, I'd be like, listen, fella.
Yeah.
That's. I see that diffuses a lot. Or kiddo. Kiddo's a good one. Yeah. Relax, kiddo.
Yep. Yeah, okay. It's all about context, right? Like the C word, which I'm sure I will let slip at some point. Like that is
No, you have diplomatic immunity.
it's not you I'm worried about, Dave. It's my father-in-law.
Wait, what C word?
He has diplomatic
Yeah.
immunity.
Which C word? Contagious?
Yeah,
Close,
right.
yeah.
No, it's not 2020.
COVID? No.
No.
So
I think it's contagion.
yeah, that one. So like if like that is again contextually good thing, bad thing, right? So like
Contextually?
contextually, yep. Okay, so we're just going to say, Mark, just fast forward 5 minutes.
We have to get it out.
Yeah,
This is
exactly. So
Anthony wants to hear it.
it just depends on like the modifier you put before it. Like, so if I'm like, hey, you guys are good cunts. Great. You're fantastic dudes.
It hits hard.
Yeah.
It hits different. I'll be
Yeah.
honest.
Sick cunts, also good. Poor cunts, bad. Dog cunts, very bad. So there's like a range of, yeah.
But basically,
It's-
everybody's.
yeah, pretty much.
I'll
Yeah,
believe
it's
it when
like,
you say it.
Everybody's on the spectrum, Anthony.
But I can't give a thumbs up in Australia.
thumbs up's fine. I don't- like, just ignore Google AI for everything. That's, yeah.
No, it's always right.
We have
Yeah.
jumping a queue.
Oh, yeah. Like, the thing with Australians is we love rules, but we pretend we don't. So like we crave structure. Must be come from the British colonial origins or something like that. But we pretend like no, we're super relaxed here. So do not push in front of me.
Everything's all fine, but don't go in front of me in line.
There's a ignoring or brushing off kindness.
That
Like, hey,
a
like-
good thing or a bad thing?
So Australians are egalitarian and generally do not expect special treatment. Ignoring a courtesy like someone letting you into a lane of traffic is seen as highly offensive.
Oh yeah, you better wave. If I let you in, you need to put if you have a tinted back window, I want to see an arm out the window.
Are there
yeah.
Jeep drivers in Australia?
Yeah.
Do they do all
we
the
have-
stupid shit they do here in America?
I think it's once you get the license and you get the car, you just put on the Jeep mindset. and
So if you're in
you're off.
Australia and another Jeep driver honks at you and you don't honk back.
It's not a honk. It's a wave.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. If they don't wave at you, you don't wave back. That's like double bad. It's bad for Jeep culture, and it's now you're ignoring and brushing off.
Well,
their
they can get
kindness.
away with it if they put the sticker in the shape of a hand on their mirror. Yeah.
Oh my, that's the laziest.
Yeah, I know.
That's like buying carbon credits for
Yeah.
like big businesses. You know what I mean? Like that's
I
Cheap
paid
owner.
for all my waves up
Yeah.
front. I don't need to do them now.
What if you're an
Yeah.
amputee?
I outsourced my waves to India.
yeah.
What if you have one arm and you're using it to
See,
steer?
but they're in a foreign country where they also probably have Land Cruisers, and those are cooler than Jeeps.
The Land Cruisers are ridiculously popular.
Yeah, they're cooler than Jeeps.
I've driven like the 80 series V8
Yeah.
for like most of my career out bush. Those things will go anywhere. They will go over anything.
They're what a Jeep wants to be.
Will they run over a kangaroo?
Yep.
Do you guys? Okay, so we hit deer a lot during the fall and winter around here. That's like when you have the highest chance of hitting a deer. Is it like that with kangaroos in Australia?
Yes.
Like, do they just run out in front of your car and you're like, these fucking stupid kangaroo have a death wish. Why are they running in front of cars?
I assume it's exactly like deer, right? You're like, you're driving along, you see one and you're like, don't do it. Don't fucking do it. And
that's
you're like,
exactly
it
it.
looks, he goes, huh? Like, okay, boing, boing. Like, and because they don't run, right? They bounce.
Yeah.
Normally you hit them on the bounce. So like, instead of messing up the front of your car or hitting the bull bar, they come through the windshield. So
Oh my god.
Yeah, but then you get like round two, right? With deer, we hit them, they either die or run off. But with kangaroos, they might bow up. So you might have a fist fight on your hands
now
afterwards.
it's in your car trying to punch you in the head.
That's
Yeah.
actually kind of exciting. You know, it's like round two of a fight. I dig
And
it.
you're not allowed to have guns.
Which is great.
You have a wildlife that is, you have an ecosystem that is trying to kill you more than most other places.
Yeah.
It's all shit you can't shoot though. Like it's like okay, saltwater crocodiles you can shoot, but if you're in the water, like you're not even gonna know they're there. So it's everyone talks up the shit that'll bite you or whatever else. Like if you don't go in the water, like 95% of the time you'll be fine. Then we have some snakes which kind of keep to themselves. I'm okay with snakes. Like I'd spent a lot of time out bush for my job previously. If you see a snake, you leave it alone. Like if it's around where you need to be, you stick it in a bag and then you take it somewhere else and let it go.
Okay, you just brushed over the stick it in a bag.
Yeah, I know.
part.
He's just like, no. You just pick it up.
You just pick it up and put it in a bag.
It's like, in case anyone from Works Health and Safety is watching this, you have like a snake handling kit, and it's basically a bag on a stick and another little tool that you use to like get the snake in the bag, and then you give the bag a twist and take it out somewhere else.
Easy peasy.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're not technically allowed to kill them. So whereas spiders, too many legs. Nope. Cannot do spiders. My wife is the designated spider catcher in our house. I will not go near the fucking things.
You guys have like tarantulas.
We have not where I live, which is on the west coast, but on the east coast, there's the Sydney funnel web spider, which is fine because it can bite all the poisonous fuckheads in Sydney. But they're like the ones that they look like a tarantula. They have the big fangs, and then they'll rear up and get you. So apparently they found a new one a few months ago or whatever that will go like through a steel cap boot. So
fancy.
you can keep those on that side of the country. Fine.
That is like bioengineering.
Yeah,
Like
it's probably
like that is not a natural evolution of spiders. Like China made that. Yeah. They sent it over in a shipping container.
The problem with Australia, like our animal history, is we do it to ourselves over and over again, right? So we, way back when they, like in Queensland, there was a big sugarcane industry. So I think they brought in some beetle that would help like eat the little things that were eating the sugarcane. Turns out it didn't eat those things and then just became a bigger pest. So they're like, hey, well, you know what we'll do? We'll introduce these toads to eat these beetles. And the toads ate the beetles, but they also poisoned the fuck out of everything else. So now we have these cane toads that, it's just this series of like successive fuck ups of like biocontainment. So like
how does that process even happen, right? You're like, okay, we have this problem with these tiny little things. Let's try out these beetles. And they take like off land, they take the beetles and they put it in a jar with the other things, and then the beetles don't eat them, but they're like, yeah, send the beetles. Like, who was doing the testing?
I don't. This is back when there was no testing. Right? They're just like, oh, take this, fuck it, give it a shot.
It's like some guy.
She'll be right. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, some guy was like, I thought I heard one time that this beetle eats that shit. Like, fuck it, bring him in.
Yep.
Fucking bro
Pretty
science.
much. Yeah. It's like we got.
Trust me, bro.
Yo, that's a YouTuber. Like, hey guys, we're gonna send out 100,000 of these beetles in Australia and see what happens.
Yeah, dude.
What do you mind said it'll work?
Like one of our biggest problems for farmers is foxes, right? Foxes aren't native to Australia. The fucking English brought them in because they wanted to hunt them, right? And the same with like rabbits and shit like that.
How long ago?
I don't know. I wasn't there, Anthony.
But
I'd
not
say
recently, like 1800s.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, so long enough they're now across the whole country, basically. So and then they eat like a lot of shit in Australia has no native predators, right? So you guys have seen quokkas, like the
what?
A quokka. It's like a marsupial. I'll find a picture. It's like you'll have seen them online. They're like the happiest animal in the world. They're like a little furry thing about this big. Everyone's frantically Googling.
Are they happy until a fox bites their neck?
Pretty much, yeah. So like now the only place they exist is like one island off the coast of Perth because there's no cats and there's no
It's like if
no
a
natural
rabbit
predators.
and a gerbil had a baby.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I have seen pictures. They are so freaking cute.
Yep.
Look at them. Look at them.
They're so friendly and they're so dumb. They're absolutely gorgeous. But yeah, they'd be like, "Hey, fox, want to be a friend?" Like, see you later. So
Yo, he's smiling.
yep,
He's fucking smiling, dude.
they're
I looked it
extinct
up, the,
everywhere apart from this. Like, there's one little nature reserve that, like, if they come out of that, they get instantly eaten, and then they're on this island that nothing else can get to them.
So the
That's
foxes are eating these guys.
Yep.
Yo, you have to kill the fox.
Yeah.
Like
Thank you.
these
But they
things.
can't have guns.
I'm sending you a picture of this, Jordan. They have to be
I
protected
know.
at all costs.
I looked it up too, and I also looked up the British brought foxes to Australia in 1855.
There you go. Okay. That's not long for them to get across an entire country.
No, but they're pretty fast.
True.
They were like, all right, we're not going to get America back. Let's fuck with Australia now. Let's put some
Yeah,
fox
actually,
in
that's
there.
true. That's not long after.
That was a penal colony, right?
It was, yeah, originally. So where can we stick people who've stolen like a loaf of bread, which is clearly a heinous crime? We're going to take them to the other side of the world and put them there, and they
Drop
never
'em
come
off.
home. Yep. So basically,
Good luck.
Yep. If you survive your sentence, you're then resettled there. You can't come home. See you later. So funnily enough, we've got a thing in like all of our workplace laws called long service leave, right? So if you work for a place for 10 years, I think it is full-time equivalent, you get 3 months off. So you can take that paid, or you can just take that 3 months. Some people take it at half pay and have 6 months off, but it's still in there from the penal colony days. Whereas if you were a British Marine or whatever, you did 10 years, you got to come back to see your family because it was like 6 weeks there, see your family for like a week, and 6 weeks back to Australia
After 10 years.
after 10 years.
How does that work? Is that like do tax dollars have to basically pay for that, or are companies mandated to allow their workers that time off?
That one, yeah, it's in all your contracts, so your company pays for that.
Gotcha.
So-
Holy crap! And you get paid for that time off?
Yeah, yep. So it's
I
like
would not want to own a company.
It's every 10 years, and then every 5 years
10 years,
after that,
okay.
you get.
I imagine there's a lot of layoffs right around the 9.5 year mark.
Yeah.
Hey, Dave, I've been working for Zulu for 10 years.
They're like, hey, I saw you giving a thumbs up in the office the other day.
Yeah,
That doesn't
they
fly
can't
here in
have that.
Australia. It's very offensive.
I was going to say, next month is 10 years.
Yeah. I look at the workplaces here, and I'm like, what is going on? You guys okay? Like it's you start.
Do you want to know what it's
start at
like
a
to work 40 to 60 hours a week?
It's the 40 to 60 is okay, but like if you start with a company in Australia, 4 weeks annual leave. You start somewhere here, you can have 5 days, and that includes all your personal days, all your sick days.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's
You got to
true.
earn it.
What?
I
What?
work
Do you know what we do here?
Earn it.
If you want a raise, the best way to get a raise is to quit your job and get hired by a competitor.
Yep.
That's the best way to get a raise here.
Yeah,
Like,
I worked for a
within
big
the company.
corporation for like 5 or 6 years. I had to fight for a raise every year, and by the time I left, I was able to have 2 weeks paid time off. But when I started, it was only 4 days.
Yep. And you wonder why I don't want to come live here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so
Well,
nice.
New York is
But
particularly
benefits,
bad.
401k, healthcare.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, but there's no crocodiles. Like,
if you're responsible
We got alligators.
and you live in a state that you don't get, you don't have to pay as much taxes. And on the federal tax level, you play your cards right so that you don't have to pay as much taxes. You have like the freedom. You can choose to use your money to invest it where you want to grow your own wealth.
That is how a functioning society works. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
but a lot of people choose to spend their money very irresponsibly.
As we say that in the shop of an airsoft store, Anthony.
Ouch. Shitting on my store.
But like I experience it like with my shop. So like when I choose like how I'm going to pay myself as the business owner, I have to like declare my company a certain way for tax purposes. If I put myself on like a payroll, then I have to put into Social Security.
Mhm.
Like I am mandated, I have to put money into that. But if I just do like shareholder withdrawals, I don't have to pay it into Social Security, which I may or may not see. And there's like a debate about that, whether or not people actually get their Social Security. You can put it in other things like Roth IRAs and
what are we talking about?
I don't know. We're
I
talking
think
about
you're looking at this like you think Australia is a communist country. I feel
No,
like he knows
not at all.
exactly what you're talking about.
no. I'm just
Everybody look at Anthony.
no.
Did you take your meds this morning?
No,
Yes,
it's fine.
It's just kicking.
No, we don't want that. We want unmedicated.
I'm hyper focusing on
No, don't
adult
hyperfocus.
things.
I feel like the taxes here confuse the shit out of me.
They confuse all of us.
They're
Yeah, no,
retarded.
It's-
They're purposely written to be confusing, and if you there's plenty of people that have done this. They take $1, and every time it changes hands or goes into this type account, it gets taxed and taxed and taxed until that $1 is worth like 10 cents.
Yeah.
Like we get taxed on top of tax. Like you buy something, you pay sales tax. Like you sell it, you pay tax. You get taxed on your income. You get taxed on shit that you buy. For these tariffs now is a new one. Fucking 14% or some shit from New Zealand. We get taxed to death, and that's a problem.
But if
And
you
there's
get
companies that-
6 friends and you meet certain criteria, you can become a religion and be tax exempt.
And then on top of that, because companies are dealing with fighting those tariffs, and all of a sudden you see price increases. So like we saw PTS raise their prices by 35% when the import tariffs are only 14.
Yep.
So now it's like, oh, you guys are just like making extra money off of this. Like no shit on PTS. Like I guess get your bag, but there's so many overcorrections to the tariffs that it's just confusing the fuck out of everyone.
Yeah, because nobody knows
Yeah.
how tariffs work.
Yeah.
We pay the tariffs.
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah, that's why when people are
I
like,
thought I was going to
It's
have to come
not-
on here and explain
No,
that. I'm glad
no,
you guys
yeah,
are on
no,
that.
we know.
Yep,
That's why
good.
when people
It's
are like,
not
we're-
that Australia's paying the tariff. We're paying the fucking tariffs.
And I'm sick of
dude.
paying the tariffs, so I'm going to try to buy it domestically if
That's
I can.
the point. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the point. The point is to bring manufacturing back to America.
and then everybody's like, where the boss unit at? And we're like, hey, relax.
Yeah,
Tariffs.
like a lack of tariffs is not the main reason why we don't manufacture things in the U.S. anymore. We have OSHA, we have labor laws, we have all these fees.
Well, in America, Americans like to eat steak.
Yeah,
Hey, steak's pretty good.
We're expensive.
it's not. We have to eat bugs for protein. We'll own nothing and be happy.
Yeah, we'll be happy. About it, yeah. So we don't have to talk about this if you're not comfortable with it, but the lockdowns for Australia, from our perspective, it looked like
Prison.
it looked like
Yeah.
you guys were effed. Like that. I think I saw a video, and again, I think I saw a video on social media. Take that for what it was, right? Where a guy was like doing calisthenics in a park alone. There was nobody around him, and he took his mask off. And then, like, all of a sudden, these police showed up, and they're like, "You need to put that on, or you're going to jail."
Yeah, look, it was. There's lots of different factors, and there's no excuses for anything. Some states did it really tough, like Victoria, which is like our southeastern state.
Yeah.
Super tough. I can't remember how long Melbourne was in lockdown for, but it was like 9 months, maybe.
Yeah.
Working from home, you can't go more than 5 kilometers from your home. You can only exercise for an hour a day. Like that was intense, right? Is it necessary? I don't know. There's a bunch of commissions and things like that now. With 2020 hindsight, looking back of like the couple of slight colds I've had, you're like, maybe not worth it, right? But Western Australia, due to the fact we're the most isolated place in the world.
Yeah, right.
So we basically locked down for like a couple of weeks, or maybe 6 weeks it was. And then we basically went, okay, there's no COVID here. Shut the border. That's it. You can't come in. If you come in, you're going into a hotel for a couple of weeks until we know you don't have it. And then life kind of went on as normal for us for that whole time, except you couldn't travel, right? So it was basically like you're locked in, everyone else is locked out. Really not a good situation if you're an international student or if, you have family overseas like we did. So we didn't leave Perth for 2 years, basically. And when, so I've been here every year since 2018, apart from 2020, 2021.
Yeah.
Because it was locked in. So, yeah, look, I think the effects of the mental health with the big lockdowns far more significant than what COVID was. But at that time, people didn't know, right? People, we saw lots of panicky stuff from China and lots of, refrigerated trucks on the streets of Brooklyn and stuff like that, full of bodies, and we're like, oh, fuck, hey. Everyone inside. That's it.
That's what was really interesting about COVID to me. It was that we saw what China did about it. China was just doing strict lockdowns. Like they were locking masses of people together in close proximity in certain areas to try to quarantine and isolate the virus. And then like the Western world just kind of did what China did about it. It's like we're taking pointers from a communist country's playbook as to how to deal with the situation. You know what I'm saying? Like we looked at the lockdowns and everything. Like this is totally unprecedented, especially in Australia. Like Australia doesn't have guns, so like Americans, we joke. We're just like, well, yeah, you're asking for it, But like, still, Western countries in general, even if you don't have guns, and you don't have the same like strong American convictions and people going like, yeah, brother, we're going to protest and march this or anything, which I don't know. I could be totally wrong. Australia is still pretty much like English common law. Like you guys have a constitution, right?
Yep. Not a Bill of Rights.
Right. So like there's still this idea of like inalienable rights. Like there's still like this expectation that, well, you can't have guns and you can't overthrow the government or you can't defend yourself against domestic tyranny. The government still has this like socially agreed responsibility to protect the citizens and not do things like lock them down.
Well, I think that's where those two things came together, right? They thought they were doing the right thing at the time. Were the lockdowns necessary for the amount of time? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a big question mark over that. And I don't think we'll ever really know the truth.
Yeah.
We'll never know.
And the guy that got arrested for taking his mask off outside alone.
I don't think he got arrested. I think he put his mask back on. But but
when you get arrested, like during that time when somebody got arrested for that, like there was like the police function, which seemed very aggressive, but like through the processing, once you get arrested, like how was the justice system insofar as like what were the penalties to those people? Did it like ruin their lives? Were they actually put in jail for that?
I don't think so. I think at most you got a fine. It was basically like Australia, I think, is very much about the greater good, and you can do as many Hot Fuzz impressions as you want of that, right? But it's about like the community and kind of everyone pulling together.
Yeah.
Whereas I think the US is very much about me and my freedoms. You know, you will not impinge on what I want to do on any particular day. And where I think it kind of crossed there was just like, hey, look, the dude in the park is obviously an outlier, and that's ridiculous. I think we all agree on that. Yeah. But you go to the grocery store at that time, and you're like, hey, go to Woolies, and you say, everyone's supposed to be wearing masks, and there's one dude walking around without it because he doesn't. You're like, what are you doing, man? Yeah. Like, I get that you don't want to do it, but everyone else is here. I get that you're fit and healthy, but it
was similar here too. Actually, people had similar attitudes here in supermarkets, especially at college.
Well,
when I was taking classes, like if you were the one person on campus not wearing a mask, everybody was like, what the fuck? And I don't even know if it was because they truly believed that if that person wasn't wearing a mask, they would infect everybody. I think they just became an outlier. They were just that one guy. Like, you're the one guy.
Yeah.
You're the one guy. Like, yeah, we know that maybe it's fucked up or whatever, and maybe we don't agree with it, but you have to be the one that doesn't wear the mask.
Yeah,
there was that social shaming here too. I saw it.
Yeah, but then that American fire of independence burning inside of us. I saw people like that all the time, and it didn't bother me at fucking all. I was like, right on, brother. Like to me,
it didn't.
We were only closed. We only had to be closed for. I'm sorry, we were mandated to be closed for like 3 months, and then slowly they were like, okay, now this thing can open up. And as soon as they opened up golf courses, I was like, fuck you guys.
Yeah, I was going to say, it was right around there.
Like, come on. Yeah. And the first day open, we did everything, dude. We had mask mandates and over by the safety brief, I measured out 6 feet and drew little X's. So it was like everybody stands on an X, and then same thing at registration. And that lasted for 15 minutes.
The 6 feet rule is weird.
Everybody that showed up wore a mask. That's fine. And I told him, I was like, you got to wear a mask down here. But when you're up on the field, if you take your mask off because you need to breathe because we're running around and you've got a mask on and you have a paintball mask on, take it off, dude. Like, I don't know. Whatever you're comfortable with is basically what I said. Like, if you're not comfortable, don't come out.
Yeah.
If you are, come on out. We're open.
The 6 foot rule is weird. Like, why 6 feet?
I think we only had like one person that complained.
They didn't even get out of the car. They drove in and left, and then just left a bad review. Like, whatever. Because they saw
ultimate tool of the keyboard warrior, the Google review.
And there were 200 people here that day. The day we opened back up, and they were like, we saw one person without a mask, and we turned around and left. And I was like, well, I said in the beginning, if you're not comfortable coming out, then don't come out.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
But where did the 6 feet rule come from? Why 6 feet? Why not 5 feet? Why not 10 feet?
Oh, no.
It does.
Because 6 feet's not that far down.
Stop.
Fuck.
That's a deep, deep rabbit hole there, Anthony.
Well, is it deep? Because 6 feet is really not. That's like 72 inches.
Hey, so far down. That's what he's getting at.
You realize I don't do freedom units, right? Like, even though I've been married to an American for like 13 years. Oh, no, together 13, married 8. I should get that right because she'll probably listen to.
It's a Creed reference.
3 meters? 3 point something meters?
No. I think it's like one and 1.8 or something. But
do you know why you don't? Do you know? You know why you don't see as many? You don't see as many lifted Ford F-150s in European countries. Do you know why?
1.8.
1.8.
Because they measure in centimeters.
Well, like every year in the safety brief, like when they're like, okay, there's 100 feet med, I always turn to whoever's next to me. I'm like, just point out how far that is, because I'm really glad that now you're like turf to turf. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
all right, I understand that.
33 meters.
30.4.
A meter is like a slightly longer yard.
I'm getting there. You're close. You're real close.
I'm in the ballpark.
Close enough.
Yeah.
Close enough.
That's how I remember. Like a meter is like a slightly longer yard.
But even like driving around with my father-in-law or something like that, he's like, oh yeah, take a turn in a quarter of a mile. I don't know what a quarter mile is. Like, fuck.
To be fair, most Americans don't know either.
But in my head, then I'm like, all right, yeah, times that by 1.6. Okay, convert that to meters. And
have you ever run around a track?
Yes.
All right, so like one lap around the track is a quarter mile.
No, it's not. It's 400 meters.
Yeah, see?
So 400 meters is a quarter mile.
Nobody knows.
But it's provocative.
They don't know.
They don't know.
They don't know.
This is all just. So I see you bought some treats.
I did, yeah.
you brought some
I brought two of our finest exports. So Tim Tams, which are like the chocolate biscuit of Australia. But I think we'll do the Vegemite first because you might need the chocolate biscuit afterwards.
It's the palate cleanser.
I think so. Yeah, it's like the ginger after the sushi. So these are the little single serve. So this Vegemite is basically back in the. It's gonna be so many angry Australians in your comments.
Can I
right?
read the ingredients
Oh,
so
yeah,
I
of
can
course you
shit
can.
on our unhealthy food here in America?
It's so I think
Well,
they
you
were-
haven't tasted it yet. You haven't tasted
I was
it
gonna
yet.
say, I
so-
know
Said
what
it's
this is.
Nutella, which means it's probably not going to taste anything like
Yes,
Nutella.
it's just like Nutella.
I'm
what
just
I've
gonna look up this so I get the story right, because otherwise there'll be like angry Australians will find this in like 6 months' time and bomb these comments, right?
No, this is great.
So 1923, there was a guy who basically wanted to recreate Marmite. So if you've had Marmite from England, it's kind of similar to that. It is a yeast extract spread.
Is this a glue?
You could use it as a glue,
edible.
right? So it's basically it's from brewer's yeast, fortified with some B vitamins, and it's pretty much been the same for like 100 years.
Just like Nutella, Anthony.
It's like a very
Yep.
earthy. I'm getting some earthy
Yeah.
undertones.
So
in the-
it's
in
a
the
lot
scent.
of umami. So I
So-
would have this like toast, butter, Vegemite on top. Like it's more of a
that.
breakfast thing.
It's salty.
Yep.
I
So go
can
on.
see it on toast.
Big chunk. Come on,
No,
be brave.
I'm going
big
all
chunk.
in. I'm going all in.
It smells like somewhere between beer, soy sauce, and his food.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about right.
I'm going all
That's
in.
good.
I'm going all in. I instantly regret my decision.
No, that one's gagged.
Soy sauce. Very soy saucy.
Oh, he didn't like it.
like strong soy saucy.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's why I said I forgot you were bringing this. I should have brought bread.
You know, honestly,
No, don't dilute it. It's better, if you
No
raw
wonder
dog
why
it.
there's no fat people in Australia. This is what the food tastes like. Ugh.
this
The second hit was like beer.
it's a strong flavor for
It
sure.
is. It is a challenging flavor.
You know the
But I
soda
dig it.
stream?
It's not that bad.
You know the soda stream where
Yep.
like you make your own soda, like you carbonate the water. This is like what the beer syrup would be like if you wanted to make your own beer.
I don't know. I'm going in for another one.
It's actually really good on shit. Like if you put a little bit in like mac and cheese, it
Yeah.
gives it that like salty umami boost.
It's like there's a,
thi-
there's a smoky flavor in there.
This is
like-
not something that you just eat standalone. This is totally like
you have it on toast.
Yeah.
No,
This is
this is your Milson West freaking.
This is like
your
very-
snacks right here, dude.
Yeah,
very
that would be
flavorful. This is like I would put it in a
A vat.
vat of something I'm cooking to get some extra flavor in it.
I'll put it in like spaghetti bolognese, like a chili, something like that. It just gives it like a little boost.
Man,
I want to take some home and see if my wife can do something with it.
Like this is for you guys to torment whoever
Oh
the
my
fuck you
God,
want
yes.
with it. Like
Tell everybody it's like Nutella.
I kind of had this like mental thing of like it'd be hilarious to do like a shits and giggles game, and you're like the medic rules is you have to raw dog one of these before you get back in.
Speaking of that, there was actually the kid with the paddles actually showed up on Saturday. He had the defib paddles with him, and he looked
nice.
at me. He's like rubbing them together. He's like, "Can I?" I was like, "No, don't do that."
not yet. Not yet.
They weren't actually charged.
yeah,
No. So him and I
Because
talked
he
about
medics
it.
me, and I was like,
Yeah,
what the
no,
fuck
no,
is
no,
that?
no. Him and I were talking about it when I didn't find him until like 4:30. They're just the paddles. He found them on eBay. Normally they're like $300 or $400, but because it was broken parts to fix, it was the paddles. But like one of them was missing like the other metal piece, so it was just like plastic paddle and a metal paddle, and you like rub it together. He's like, "Can I?" And I was like, No. Dave said no. We'll work on it. There's an idea, but no, not yet.
Woo!
It sticks around as well. Yeah,
feel
just in case
alive.
you haven't noticed that.
It actually pairs pretty well with my coffee. I like it.
You're right over there, Anthony.
He's fine.
No.
Have it on a pretzel. You'll be right.
He's being dramatic. It's a very strong flavor, but it ain't half bad.
No, I like it.
I heard horror stories about Vegemite.
It's not really that bad.
No.
Dogs love it, by the way.
Really?
He will go to town on it. Yeah, it's completely safe for them, unlike these.
I'm like, yeah, I was gonna say there's chocolate in this. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Let me reset the cameras real quick.
Here, I'll get one for
Oh, yeah.
Anthony here. Anthony, come get your palate cleanser. Woo! Vegemite for the win, dude. It was like, you know what Vegemite is? It's a supreme overcorrection, right? British food is so fucking bland. They fought wars over spices and refused to use any of them. And so Vegemite is just like fuck that. We're putting all the spices and everything into this congealed fucking super spread that we can put on anything to make any British food taste like something.
Okay.
They fucking nailed it, dude.
Can I read the ingredients on this one?
Wow.
Let's see if there's any riboflavin in it.
Well, fuck is that?
Exactly.
I don't know, but I see it in a lot of food.
Yep. So like the thing to do, like apparently the Tim Tam Slam, so because it's hollow in the middle, you bite off either end, stick it into like a coffee, and like drink the coffee through it like a straw.
Get out of
I've
here.
never done it without it falling into a fucking soppy mess.
Oh,
but-
I've heard of that actually.
yeah.
Okay, these are fire.
Yeah, they're good. They're good. There's like a general store up where my in-laws are, and it's like one of those fancy ones that's basically for people from the city. And there's like a packet of those for like $10 US. So I think I was like, fuck off, I'm not paying that.
What are these in Australia?
Like $3, $3 dues, $4 dues. Yeah. So I don't know who's bringing them in, but there's a healthy markup on them here.
Yeah, I was gonna say I ran into the same thing.
There's some protein in this.
They're very light. These are very light.
Yeah.
Tim Tams. That's a
Yeah,
funny
like I
name.
like the biscuit itself is like there's air. I like
Yeah, it's not just
there's
like solid, like
there's a
yeah.
crisp to it. Like I don't want to have that with coffee. I drank all my coffee. That's
Oh, well,
good.
there's some more there, so please.
Yeah.
That's
Thank you for bringing. Also, thank you for the Oscam.
you're welcome. I've learned that people here go nuts for it, although I underestimated Dave's size. So it's I only see him once a year. That's
I underestimate my size. Too, so. I hate being fat. God damn it. You'd eat more Tim Tams than fucking Vegemite.
Now that I have pants,
Hey, I
I feel
got
like
a
I
pretty
have to do an Oscam kit. I'm gonna get a Troy rail.
I was gonna say, Dave, if you want, I got a pretty good running partner. If you want to take him for a run,
No, that's work. Give me the pill. I want the magic pill.
Blue Chew. There was I was watching.
it's a different sort of exercise. Yeah.
I was watching like
Increases blood flow.
Yep.
I was watching a show with my wife, and an ad came on for like Blue Chew. And she's like, "What's Blue Chew?" And I was like, "I don't know," but
Bubble gum.
I was like, "I don't know," but it's giving 20-year-olds heart attacks. She looked it up. She's like, "They're like boner pills." I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Why are 20-year-olds taking them?" I was like, "I don't fucking know."
Because testosterone's at an all-time low.
and they've been jerking off since 10 years old, so ED is a real thing.
Yeah.
That's why. No, I'm just kidding. Hey, let's take a quick break
Okay.
so I can put a fire hose in my mouth to rinse out the Vegemite. And we'll be right back.
Yourself, you sit in the front.
Yeah.
Which really makes New York taxi drivers upset when you try and get in their front seat.
Yeah, because they're worried they're gonna get fucking robbed at gunpoint.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like you don't sit in the back of a taxi if you're by yourself. I want to sit in the front with my mate Mohammed, who I've never met, but he's taking me home. He's a good bloke. I like him. We're going to get along just fine.
He's a good.
He's a good cut.
Is that just because maybe the drivers don't want to have somebody behind them?
I honestly think it's like a cultural thing, right? Like Australia, like I hate the service culture here, which is a weird thing to say because everyone goes to Australia and be like, "There's no service culture. Service sucks." But it's like that. I hate that sort of feeling of being waited on and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's just an Australian thing. You're like, if you're by yourself, especially if you're a guy, you sit in the front because it's you and your mate going home. So
Oh, right on.
Not sit in the back. I think most girls, if they're by themselves, would still sit in the back. But yeah, I don't know.
Oh, right on.
Just a thing. So
I feel similarly. Like, you go to a mall around here, there might be a kiosk, and that kiosk will like clean shoes. And to me, like, I feel weird about sitting there and having somebody like clean my shoes while I'm wearing them.
yeah,
Because I'm like, who the fuck am I? You know what I mean?
the things
Like, to
in
me, I'm just like, I would have to tip them super well. I'd be like, bro, I would not get down on my knees and clean people's shoes like that. You know, like,
Maybe he's an entrepreneur.
well, yeah, obviously that's their business, but like,
Maybe you're a pretentious fuck for getting your shoes clean.
I get it a little bit. I'd rather take the shoe off and like sit next to the guy and be like, oh yeah, show me how you polish, show me how you clean the shoes. You know, is that kind of what it's like?
I would never, like, I've seen those things down in like the subway in the city. I would never go up there and sit there. But this is going to totally make it on the recording and make me look like a dickhead. Like when I was down in Mexico for a friend's wedding, fuck yeah, I was like, I'm going to get my shoes cleaned, and so yeah, that sounds horribly racist and terrible.
No, there's no racism.
You're going to a wedding. Like
Yeah.
the intent was there because
You're wearing
of that.
dress shoes, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay here now because they get paid now.
So are all Australians racist like you or no?
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, look at me. I'm racist as myself. Like,
Yeah, actually, what are the big prejudices in Australia?
look, this is really topical because we had a whole bunch of March for Australia rallies yesterday.
That's
at back home.
nationalistic.
That is nationalistic. So it's like the whole like, hey, look, come out and march because we don't like housing prices and we don't like inflation and there's a culture war going on. You know, come on, cunts, let's get out there and march. And then they turn up for the speeches and it turns out that they're neo. Who knew?
Oh
man,
I'm at the wrong rally.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Exactly. So there's I
just wanted affordable health care. Sorry.
does Australia have proud blokes?
We have our own unique sort of like we don't even proud the proud blokes. Cut that. I do not want to get arrested.
Like, no,
I got you.
If anything you've heard on the news about like the Proud Boys, like it is not a prominent thing. It was most likely a meme.
Yeah.
That
It's absolutely a meme.
it is one like they're not making moves.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
These are idiots. Like there was like
They're-
4 people probably originated on 4chan. They were like,
Yeah.
"Yo, wouldn't this be funny?" And then they did it, and then all these wannabe fucking dudes jumped on board. And
They're not influencing laws.
No,
they're not even destroying things.
Yeah.
You know,
It's look, we have
they're
the
not
same.
doing anything to affect any change,
Yeah.
positive or negative. They're just trolling. They're rage baiting.
Yeah.
those are the guys that do what are they called? Not integrity checks. Shit. Where they go to the police station with a gun. What do they call that?
I've seen this.
This sounds like a bad idea.
It is bad.
Okay.
They call it like it's like a fucking
It's like a political version of rage baiting because you see it all the time too. Like there are states that allow you to open carry. Like concealed carry is exactly what you think it is. You're concealing a firearm on you.
Yeah.
Open carry is dudes walking down the street with a rifle or a shotgun slung on their back. And yes, it's legal.
Technically legal.
It's legal. Like in New York, it is legal to open carry a shotgun and a rifle in certain areas. It's provocative and it gets people very upset when they see it because you're just a random dude walking down the street with a rifle.
When people are calling 911 and they're getting like
Now you're disturbing the peace.
they're getting overflowed to these phone calls. Like there's a man with a rifle walking out in the middle of the street, and now the cop is being told man with the rifle walking down the street, and they have to respond to that.
Yeah.
And when they go up to that person, that dude's like, well, I know my rights. I can do this. And they're like, yeah, but you're disturbing the peace because people are freaked out. And he's like, well, then they need to calm down because they don't know the laws. And that person is so egotistical and set in their own ways that they're just like,
And
it's my right.
unbeknownst to the police, this man is armed with something more deadly than any weapon: a camera.
Yeah, that
He has his phone out. He's like, it's an open carry state. The penal code B255. You know,
See, and that's what separates
What's
it,
your
right?
badge number?
I'm a sovereign citizen.
That's what separates it. Is these people do this it's for content. It's for fucking content.
Yeah.
Yes, are they technically within the realm of the law? Yes, but they don't care about that. They just care about like, constitutional audit, I think is what they call it.
Yes.
They're like, no, but constitutionally, I'm allowed to do this. Like, you don't know the laws. And meanwhile, camera everywhere. Like, now, if you were a hunter who got lost and you were like, fuck, there's a road over there. I can use that road to like make my way back home. That's different. The cop's gonna be like, yo, man, what's going on? Oh, I got lost. I'm just walking home. It's like, no big deal, right? But these guys are purposely brandishing the scary looking guns on purpose. In populated areas simply to get a reaction from the police. It's the dumbest shit ever, but I think a lot of the Proud Boys are from that community.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's called, constitutional audit. It's a First Amendment bit, a tactic where individuals record public officials or government facilities in a public space to test and assert the public's right to film and document those spaces.
Yeah. It's I understand it. The public should know what's going on behind government doors. We should, right? The White House is our house.
However,
sure, there's a limit.
Yes.
There's a limit.
And you're intentionally pressing buttons to elicit a response so that you can gain popularity on the internet.
Yeah, it's social media clout. It's imaginary points.
It's silliness that could potentially lead to somebody dying.
Yeah.
Just for clicks. It's fucking stupid. I can't wrap my head around it. But anyway, let's talk about Milsim Day.
Okay.
I got some things to say.
You do.
Milsim Day was great.
Okay.
It was fun. And that's all I have to say about it. No.
I was going to say, where's the butt? Where's the shoe drop?
Aries Alpha has to be mandatory.
We can't make it mandatory. I will say this: the use of the app was down.
Yes,
for sure, and that affected things for sure. The game was great. I had a great time the whole time. I was like purposely not the commander, and I wasn't a squad leader, and I took the medic role just because everybody else in our group was like, I don't want to be a medic. I was like, fuck, I'll be the medic. So it was actually a lot of fun. Our first contact, like our commander had told us, hey, go out to the CP that's way out.
Yeah.
where we met up.
I was going to say, I have it on video twice, him solo manning, trying to take the entire squad on.
So we had about 22 dudes. So it was 2 squads. And we went 13 county super flank, and then we got just past the firing range.
Yep.
And we saw a large group coming in behind us, enemy, right? And so we all just got in the prone. We're like, we don't think they saw, we don't think that they saw us. Cool. We're gonna bypass because we know that we have another squad at African, right? So we're like, fuck it, we'll just let them do their thing and we'll go our way.
So that was me and the gun gamers guys doing the opposite flank,
brother. Yep. So we're waiting for you guys to fuck off. Like we're like, go attack it. It's so tasty right now. Go attack African. And but we're like, okay, they don't see us. So we're trying to slowly move away. And I'm literally, there was a tree that was down, like about knee height. And I just raised my leg over that tree. And I'm looking this way where you guys were at. And then I look at the trail. And there's one solo fucking blue guy, for some fucking reason, is bebopping down that trail. And I'm like, he doesn't see me. I'm basically standing up at this point because I'm trying to get over this log. And everybody else is in the front. I'm like, don't look. Like, it's like when you're playing hide and go seek with your family. Like, I don't know if you guys did this, but I would never look at the person because I felt like if you looked at it, there was like some psychic shit that would happen.
Oh, yeah.
You make eye contact, that's it, you're done.
Oh, brother. And so he's bebopping down the trail and he does the snap to the left and looks into my soul, and my gun's like down like this. And we both had the panic, like get the gun up and shoot. And I just happened to be quicker. And as soon as I took those shots, you guys turned around and unleashed fucking hell in our direction. I don't know how many saws you guys had, but it felt, yep, that makes sense.
Yep.
But here's the crazy part, right? Most everybody was in the prone. As soon as I shot that guy, I immediately dropped to the ground. Actually, there's a big tree there. I ended up going behind a tree. We took casualties immediately. But there was like this protracted fight happening. And so I would peek out from the tree and then, all hell would come my way. But you guys were bounding.
Yep.
This was amazing to watch. It was amazing to be on the receiving end of because the fire never tapered off. It was constant fire, and every time I peeked around, you guys were moving, and I was like, "Fuck, we need to get out of here!" Like they're not just sitting still. Like they're coming for us. They're coming for us, boys.
Fall back to the crossroads.
Oh man! And I was pinned behind that tree for a while, and then one guy bounded up just a little too far, and I was able to kill him, and then run away is the right term. There was no tacticalness about it at all. We fucking fell back, and we had to leave like guys behind. It was terrible. But I was so impressed that like basic infantry shit was happening and you guys nailed it. When I peeked around that tree and I was like, fuck, they're maneuvering? Like, oh no. Like, oh my God, they're suppressing fire and maneuvering? Oh God.
They're doing the thing.
They're doing the thing and they're doing it right.
When squads are capable of doing that, it makes patrolling a lot more sketchy. Like you got to be really careful.
You have to know your reaction drills because what we should have done, and we probably tried, but it just happened so fast, like is do the same thing. Like immediately open up a volume fire just to pin you guys down. And then we would have bounded backwards because we were trying to do something else. But you guys did it to us and it fucking worked. And we had 2 squads. Our squad was definitely like 12 guys and the other squad was definitely heavy too. Of those potentially 24 guys, when I bound back to like where the rest of our guys were, I think we had like 8, 9 maybe. Like you took that force, cut it in half. And so then we pushed on with just like half of the group that we thought we were going to have over to the CP. It was fucking amazing, dude. It was good shit.
I think we had like the identical experience, right? The only thing I was worried about was we knew African Village was behind us.
Yeah.
You guys were there. And I'm like, we are going to get fucked. We have to move. Otherwise the squad that is invariably there is going to come up and fuck us. And then we've got you guys to the point where, so all the bounding was Patrick, the the holy shit, I hate airsoft guy, like the gun games guy. He was directing all of that. He was amazing. So I think he's normally a commander or a squad leader or something like that.
It was impressive to be on the receiving end of it and watch it and know exactly what was happening and knowing that we couldn't do shit about it. I was just like, fuck, we have to break contact. We have to break contact. And it was so much fun. Like that just set the tone for the entire game. Changed my mindset because I was like, oh man, like there's some capable squads out there right now. And after we kept, hitting that CP, the commander kept saying, our commander was like, hey, I need you guys to hit African. And in my head, I'm like, yeah, but those scary guys are over there.
I get separated and spent a lot of time hanging around that CP just because I was like, it's free points, it's free money, free real estate. Like I'm going to try and get this back. I tried to sneak back in there once and then got lit up by that 240 immediately.
Yeah, real quick. This holy shit, I hate airsoft.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah.
I meant to show this to him. So total side tangent. For some reason, it's that sticker, the holy shit, I hate airsoft. I was going through my camera bag while we were in Iceland, and I accidentally took it with me there.
Oh, nice.
So I was like, I have to find him and show him that just for the fun of it.
It's it was a noticeable difference whenever we ran into your guys, because I think your side had 2 or 3 squads that had their shit together. Fire and movement. You've got a gun team. You've got a recon element. Ran into you guys. Bad day, bad time. We're going to lose half our squad straight away.
It's about what happened to us. Yeah.
And then the other side, you're like, okay, cool. These are pub players.
Yeah.
It's like me with my playing once a year and way too much video games. I can take these guys on with just a couple of people.
That is the hardest part of Milsim Days, trying to balance teams before we kick that off. That is legitimately the concern. That's why you see Dylan and I running around during lunch like, okay, we have to, like, I came over, I moved you guys from one team to the other because they were showing up with like 20 guys. I'm like, fuck, how do we balance this out? And
it worked.
Thankfully the teams were pretty good. We were very concerned that you guys were stacked. Like
I didn't feel that way.
I didn't feel that way.
No. That was my thought going into it. I was like, I may have made red team too powerful because I did the balance during lunch, and I'm like, and even Brian walked over. He's like, I don't feel comfortable about this. I was like, I think it's okay. I think it's gonna be fine.
It worked out. There was never a point during the day where I felt like, sometimes like during a full field conquest, when you've got your group of boys and you're just doing laps around the field.
Yes, we've all experienced that.
Never felt like that. Like every inch of ground that we had to take, we had to take it. It wasn't given to us by any means. And that there was a couple, there was just so many great small infantry tactics being utilized out there. It really made me want to start like, hey, if you want to come out and train for Milsim Days, like, because seeing them fire maneuver at a basic level, but it was so goddamn effective. It was amazing. I was like, oh man, I don't want to die here, but if I do, it's earned. Like it's fucking earned. And the same thing, we went from African up the hill to Fuel Depot.
Yes.
And that was like a protracted get online, slowly bound up. We've got guns going. We're taking casualties. I created a CCP. I was like, bring casualties to me. I'll fucking get them up, like, and getting everybody back in the fight. It was, there were so many moments like that during this Milsim day. People are starting to get it.
Yes.
They're starting to understand. And
that was the one thing I noticed, like in terms of retention, like even not our regular players, but there are now people I've noticed. We don't see them all the time, but I've seen them 3 Milsim days in a row. Mm-hmm. So we're starting to get that retention on it, which is a good thing. But my question, not to fast forward too far into the game, when Dylan and I were specifically writing this one, we changed it because the original 2 were advanced and secure. Mm-hmm. This one was a frontline gameplay. Did you get the experience of a back and forth fight in CQB?
I'd say so.
Okay.
I think so.
Yeah, CQB, even when we had all the flags in there was still like a lot of blue in there.
Because there's one thing that you've said multiple times, and that was since we did the renovations, there's never been a full field conquest game where it's like one team took CQB and then the other team came back and pushed them out.
Yeah.
So when Dylan and I were setting up this one, we were like very specifically trying to orient it to you would get that kind of fight where maybe one team does take it over, but eventually it's going to turn into a fight to push them back and forth or push them out entirely so that we could kind of replicate that gameplay.
I think that happened. Like CQB, what made it so tricky for us was that, those blue teams respawn, but then they probably had some mobile respawn nearby.
So
but every time we thought we got them out, it was like, oh my God, they're behind us now. Like and Brian was very deliberate about it. Every time we got into some shit, like I was like, Brian did this deliberately because this sucks. I was like, they're making this hard. And there was a point we had all of the flags, and then I was in the overpass, just trying to watch the tree line.
Yeah.
And we had castle, overpass, and apartments. Every other 2-story building had blues in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was almost to the point where I was like, there's no way. Like, am I shooting at friendlies? And it was hard to tell because I looked on the Aries app, but like not everybody was on the app.
Yeah, that was tough.
Yeah.
Like that would have
Download the app.
download the app, dude. It even if you don't use it, just the battle tracking alone, super useful.
That was a point of nervousness. Like 3 o'clock when we realized that Aries Alpha only showed like 35, 40 players on the field. I was like, that's not good. I really thought there was no one on the field. And Dylan's like, no, there's heavy fighting like everywhere. XYZ, ABC. I'm just,
You can definitely print out a QR code that somebody can scan, and it'll bring them to the app download. And just
we could do that.
Just print one for Android and iOS. It'll bring
Yeah.
them to the Google Play Store. Or the
Yeah,
App
we can
Store.
do
It's
that.
so worth
like,
it.
and just put it through the registration process, like as they're going through it.
Yeah, no, we could do that. I could print it out and just stick it on the box that Dave made.
It's so worth it, and not so much for you as the individual. It can be, right? You can see where your friendlies are at or whatever, but for the commander, like it's kind of vital for him.
Yeah.
And it's easy. You download the app, you scan in, and then you take your phone and you put it in your pocket. Like you don't even have to. If you don't want to interact with it, you don't have to. You just turn it on, put it in your pocket. But at the very least, the commander can see what you're at.
If everybody's on Aries Alpha and the commander can see where the squads are, and if every squad leader just has a radio at a minimum,
Yeah.
He can do so much with that to coordinate it. I feel like our commander didn't have comms with every squad at certain points.
Or maybe the squads weren't responding or whatever. But
Every time I was up at our spawn, he looked like a Wall Street bro. Like he was up there, he had like 10 radios. He's just like, no, yep. Okay, yeah, we'll make this. It's gonna be huge. It's gonna be huge.
Sell.
Yeah. He's like, we're gonna close.
And I will say on the individual user, we do incentivize it because not only were those missions rewarding you points, but in-game assets. So like UAVs were in play. Eventually the EMP went in play because you guys EMP'd Brian.
yeah.
But there were missions that rewarded a UAV, and each team started with a UAV. So
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, each team in their packet, like not even in a sealed envelope, just on the commander packet inside there is a UAV, and it's a 500-meter UAV. So it was free use as soon as you started the game. If you wanted to use it, you could.
So if you're not a squad leader, you don't see those missions, right?
So that's the one thing I didn't get a chance to ask.
I couldn't
Brian
see
or,
the status of like flag points and stuff.
So that's just an Aries Alpha thing. I was
Yeah.
updating it via the command chat. There were 2 admin chats going on that game. One was myself and both commanders, where I would relay, hey, who holds what points, so they can disseminate that information to you guys. And it was like every 15 minutes I was giving them an update. And then there was a second channel in there that I added every player in the game to. And only I could post in it. And that was me saying who has mobile respawns, where is the mobile respawn? And it basically turned into me just updating if red team could respawn or not in African, because you guys didn't disable the blue team respawn in Newtown until the last 5 minutes of the game.
Yeah. Yeah, they hit Africa quite a bit.
Which is kind of funny because planning it out, we really thought this was going to be the more fucked up one.
Yeah.
And it turned out to be African.
Yeah.
Yeah. I felt it was a good call to make it so that only medics can replace the pigeon clay.
Yes.
And I also felt like medics were abundant, not like overabundant.
So it was an 8-to-1 ratio this time. We did 10-to-1 last time. This time it was 8-to-1. And then the other change was that only the engineer could move the bomb.
Yeah.
Which played out exactly how we thought it would, because when you guys found the bomb, you couldn't touch it.
Yeah. No, it was
Yeah,
cool.
you couldn't touch that.
And credit where credit is due, right? Like we found the bomb. I radioed the commander and said, hey, we need an engineer. And like 3 minutes later, an engineer starts rolling up. I was like, hey, right on.
The funny thing there is Dylan just put a string over the top of it, just like a piece of paracord. He didn't think it was going to be a accidental fucking with the guy, but it was, because he saw that string and this kid was like, it's booby trap.
Yeah.
And it took him like 2 minutes to pull this box out of the bush. And it's just like, where is there like an ID under this? Like, am I going to fucking explode? And he like pulls the paracord off. He's like, I think it's safe. And he like grabs the box and runs. I'm like,
I mean, that's credit to the amount of the environment
he
you guys
was
have
having a
created.
good
That
time.
he's worried about that.
yeah, it was perfect to watch that.
Yeah.
I thought the app was really good. Like
Yeah.
first time using it, you could kind of tell from where your players were, and then the gaps where there's okay, cool. There's enemy players there.
Yeah.
I'm going to plan my approach instead of just walking around like a dickhead waiting for someone to show up. So
It's incredibly useful. And
easy. It's easy.
it's just easy. I bought one of the things that they sell here, the chest things or whatever. And so you just like, who is that?
yeah,
Like I see somebody over there. Who is that? And you're like, well, it's not one of us potentially, you know. It's a good tool. It's a good tool for everybody.
I have a suggestion actually for the armband situation, because like medics got high vis and engineers got like an orange armband. Some people's armbands like covered their team armbands. Yeah. What if we just had like something that looped around their team color armband to designate
So
if they were a medic or an engineer?
sort of kind of already solved the problem. We had the same complaint last Milsim Day that the orange looked too red.
Does.
So I'm going to buy white armbands, because seeing as we're keeping like the engineers were a 1-to-20 ratio and the medics were a 1-to-8. Sorry, excuse me. So for next time, we're going to keep the high vis. We're going to move it to the engineers. I'm going to get white armbands, and the white armbands will be for the engineers. And I do say it in the brief that
medics.
For the medics. The white will be for the medics. It just has to be anywhere on your kit above the belt line. But what was happening was, because they were putting it on their arms, eventually it would shift from you moving around, and it would accidentally, one would cover the other. So we're going to make it the medic or engineer armband have to go on your gear. Like Alex does a good job with it. As silly as it is, he puts it on his raccoon hat.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I saw that. That kind of accidentally happened with me as well, because I had my team armband, my medic armband, and then I had a tourniquet because I had been rezzed once. And over the course, you know, they all just kind of merge together because you're constantly bending your arm like this. And so you look down and you're like, oh, well, you know, I can't even tell what team I'm on.
Like, one player came up pretty upset about it, and he was like, this is fucked up. I thought he was on my team because I saw the orange armband and it was covering his blue one, and I thought it was red. And he's like, he intentionally did it. He was trying to cover it up, and he was like trying to show his arms that we thought he was red. And I'm like, hey, just relax, I think. And I like showed him, I was like, what if doing this potentially covers it up? And he goes, I don't like it. You should change it. Don't worry, we're going to change it, but it's okay. Just take a breather, like have a snacky snack, take a drink.
Can we just give everybody the benefit of the doubt?
Yeah,
please?
like it went right to this dude's intentionally doing it. I'm like, relax.
You know what I want to add to my kit for Milsim Day after this last one?
A Cliff Bar?
No, I want to have a flag bundled up in one of my cargo pockets, so that if I'm in a building, like some buildings have the red and blue flag, but I also want to have a team designator. Like, I want to stick it out of the window,
like a VS-17 panel, but just your team's color,
just my team's color, just for me to use. If I'm taking fire from another 2-story and they're way too far away to try to like do this or anything, I want to just send a flag out.
Don't do a flag because people get confused by that. Do like a strip.
Yeah, I usually take my armband off and wave it out the window.
That's an even better idea,
Yeah.
actually. Or everybody just uses the app and they're like, who is that over there? Oh, okay.
I reckon I sat in a bush for a good 15 minutes trying to see if this guy who had one orange armband on, is he red? Is he not red? Like, should I shoot him?
Yeah, we need to
I
get
feel
rid
like
of the
a dick
orange.
if he is blue.
The color is on the app. So like, I was on red team and all my teammates looked red.
Yes.
That was intentional. So for blue team, they saw blue.
Yes, however,
And then I saw my squad was like yellow.
Yeah.
Yes, so
That was huge.
Changed it in the app so that the squads are now able to change their color. So for red team, I think the only color you can't make it is blue, and for blue team, the only color they can't make it is red.
Mango's the best theme.
Sure, yeah, I do appreciate that. Mango is the best team. That's an old joke that no one's gonna get because we used to argue about that in the ref chat. Yeah, so that's now a thing. But to do that, I had to go away from the NATO icons,
Which is fine.
Yeah.
But this isn't.
Yeah, but it
Doesn't
looked
matter.
cool.
Yeah. But
And even then, on the playback, it didn't show NATO icons, so it's fine.
yeah.
I made a chat and I called it medic, and it
Oh,
was
that was you that made that?
and it was just so I can type in medic. Actually, tell me, is that allowed? If I'm dead on the app, I can put that I'm like injured.
Yes.
And I can be medicked.
Yeah.
Now, if I go in a chat and say medic, I'm at this location.
You can't.
Is that communicating while dead?
You
Like,
can't say the location.
Medic and outlier building of CPD.
Nah, you can't say location.
Okay.
You can say medic, right? And plus, if you're on the app,
True.
they could just
The
see you.
location's there anyway, right?
Yeah, they can just see you.
So.
I feel like if somebody's status changed, my phone wasn't going off.
Me too.
Like,
yeah. I
so-
think it's probably a settings thing. We have to turn it on.
Yeah.
It could be that, but I also did notice not many people were using the medic feature on the app. So like the players that were on the app weren't using the medic feature, and then when they did, they weren't remembering that they had to go back and be like, "Oh, I'm alive now."
That was
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, because like
That
Red
was
Team's
me.
commander for an hour and a half said that he needed a medic, and he was in the CP.
Yeah.
It's like,
I want to see, man.
It's a cool feature. I don't know how pivotal that feature is beyond just communicating with your teammates. Hey, I need a medic, and I'm right here. But
until the day comes where we figure out a way to do ticket tracking like in Battlefield and in like the Desert Fox app,
Yeah.
where then it plays a role, I feel like it's a slightly useless feature.
Right now, yeah.
Besides like the in-game medics knowing, oh, there is a wounded player over there, let me go over there. But even then, we were having a problem with the app specifically scanning in medics on blue team, so it was kind of a moot point anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, there was a little hiccups with Ares this time around.
How was it on blue team?
We got our shit pushed in by your squad a lot. But yeah, mainly over that back area. So look, I think it was well coordinated. I was rolling with the gun gamers guys, so obviously they know exactly what the hell they're doing.
Yeah, they do.
I think Brian was just like, "You guys go shoot. I'll worry about the rest of the team." But I think you did a really good job moving stuff around. That the radio was active.
Good.
I think the CQB line, it's obviously easier to get in from the tree line from this side of the field.
Yeah.
And if you're coming down from where red was, you have to cross that open ground. So that wasn't, I mean, it felt like it was a lot easier, like Anthony said, for us to get back into CQB. And then but it also meant that you guys could push in from the end of it where the tree line is kind of favors that team a lot easier. So
that was the game plan. Take Fuel Depot because it's the closest tree line to that. It was like the entryway.
Yep.
And so that was basically our only entry into the only feasible entry.
There was that one point in the game, like we were all at Fuel Depot. We had Fuel Depot.
That was a ton of
and it was like, now we're going to push CQB. Like very soon after we all left and went into CQB, like we had saws up on the tree line looking into CQB. We had you guys pushing in, building to building. And then all of a sudden it was like, we're taking fire from behind. And it's like, oh, fuck, they're in Fuel Depot.
Yeah.
Like they have Fuel Depot. Crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the best firefights I had were around Fuel Depot. That was a really good point to contest. I think the clay position in African Village for the blue team was probably a bit too easy. Like, we could hit that from 50 meters out, whatever the fuck that is in feet.
I don't even know. Was it in the cockpit?
It was like on the nose of the helicopter.
Oh,
yeah.
So it was pretty easy to hit.
Yeah,
So
Dylan put those out.
Where were your
Dylan's fault,
respawn
sweet.
plays position? Were they
I told him put it in the helicopter, not in front of him.
were yours like in a building?
it was in that open area in Newtown down here.
The tire stack.
Yeah, yeah. So look, still accessible.
Yeah.
But because of
But
where
there
the
was
buildings
buildings
are.
surrounding it. You couldn't hit it from that far. Yeah.
You pretty much had to be within, I'm going to do the maths for you, 60 feet perhaps, as opposed to like I could hit that respawn clay at the helicopter from the tree line without, you could just sneak in and go, poop, all right, cool. It's dead.
Especially with the height of the grass in the lower field right now, you had to get basically to the edge of Newtown to be able to shoot it.
Yep.
Because I remember like you saw it from the outlier building, but the grass was this tall. So.
I was like, I could barely see it. I was like, it's right there. It's right there. I'm like, does anybody have a sniper rifle? Like,
yeah, because I
one
walked
kid was
over, I was like, can he see? Oh shit, yeah, you can.
yeah, this one kid was like, I'm too short. I was like, God damn it.
Get on my shoulders.
Yeah, I never saw a respawn clay at the outpost, the Vietnam
No, it never
outpost.
made
I
it.
don't think it ever got there.
We tried. We had one en route, but then it got diverted to Africa because you guys broke the one in Africa. So,
And we did have to interject more clays. Originally, there was 6 on the field. Those got destroyed in the first hour and a half.
oh yeah,
Yeah, wow,
I believe
okay.
that.
And that was between them getting shot out and then the random blue player that found the cache that had 3 in them and fell and broke them all.
Oh yeah, I saw the pieces.
Yeah. I walked over. I was like, fuck, who's ref and staging? There's a box on the counter. It's brown. It's got a bunch of respawn clays. I need you to put them in your backpack.
That's
walk. Do not run. Walk.
Yeah, yeah. I saw it because they were at the CP out there.
Yeah.
And I was just looking on the ground. I was like, I'm pretty sure we're like the first group here.
Yeah,
But there's
fell.
like pieces of clays all over the ground. I was like, damn, there must have been a fight here. Like,
Yeah, now we know for next time we have to 1, add more, but 2, maybe put some padding in the boxes.
that's funny. Opens it up. It's just like broken china inside. Like,
Literally what it
man.
was.
Yeah, maybe like a pistol case or something. Like
Yeah, I mean, we had the ammo cans on hand because we've been consistently using those.
Yeah.
But we have a bunch of foam laying around too, especially the excess from the bomb prop. I could just start lining them with foam if we're going to do the respawn clays again.
Yeah, there's also an element where you're like, you need to make it tough to move this thing, right?
It's
You need
fragile.
to
Yeah.
take care of
This
it.
is a precious resource.
Yeah,
right.
maybe don't give it to the 12-year-old man to run around with. Hey guys, I got it.
That's
right.
I said it to Kyle and Lane on Saturday. I was like, I understand a fraction of what you guys go through with the gun gamer stuff now, because it's like, even when I think, oh, it's going to run smoothly, something stupid fucking happens.
Oh, brother, you can never predict that. I've run, I don't know, 50 games at this point, right? You can never predict what's going to happen.
Yeah, no,
I've played this field since 2015. I know where the hot spots are, so I'm gonna design it this way. Nobody goes to those hot spots. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like there's just it's hurting kittens and it's weird. You just got to roll with it. Producing a good game is basically knowing how to roll with the punches.
Yeah,
That's it. Like contingencies on contingencies, and I think you guys did fine. Yesterday was good.
I appreciate it.
I had a great time. Again, mostly because I didn't have any role. It was fucking cool. I
were
didn't
able
know.
to experience it.
They purposely keep me out of the loop, so I don't have any inside baseball knowledge. I don't know any of the objectives. I don't really know anything. I know basically what they put out right before the game. That's what I know. And if there's ideas, they'll bounce ideas off me, but I don't know what they're going to take. But
Yeah,
It's better for like you want to play it and enjoy it, right?
it was fun.
It's,
Yeah. So
because that was part of the big crucial thing with the first Milsim day was Dave was team commander, and he talks about with Blood Diamond and Crossroads, like it's almost not fair that he has all the knowledge because he wrote the game.
You know how to feel with
Running it as a commander for the first one, we didn't tell him fucking anything.
yeah.
We were just like, here's your packet. Good luck. Have fun.
Yeah.
Like Blood Diamond, I will purposely like hold people back because I know if I do this one thing, like I can win now.
Yeah.
Like I can win right now.
I think Lane and Eric and Kyle and those guys were just happy to not be running a game. They're
Yeah.
like, it's so good, we can just go and play.
Yeah.
Although Eric was deathly hungover.
He told me.
It was rough. Yeah.
He was like, I took the fact I didn't have to work the MSW this weekend a little too hardcore. He's like, I do not feel great today.
Poor guy.
When he got up that morning, he's just like, hey man, you okay? You give him a push and he'd be like,
Speaking of gun gamers, what's in those boxes?
So these are the Gun Gamers Odin adapters. They drop these off. They have two custom Odin adapters. One is a universal one, and one is for gas guns specifically.
Wait, what?
Yes. So these are now available in the store. You can put these right in your Odins. They work with MWS mags, and then these will work with any AEG mags, and they're only about $12 to $14 after tax.
I have the gas gun one. It works for my shitty KWA F91s that nothing else fucking fits.
I told them the only issue I kind of have is that it doesn't really like GHK mags, but that might just be because I have the older generation, but it works with my Marui. No issue. Yeah. Available now. Yeah, I'm going to put them on the website this week.
I'll buy one.
Yeah, they're cool.
I could print one, but I'd rather buy it. I'll support them.
There's some work put into this. It's not just a file they ripped off online and started printing.
Yeah, it
I
looks
saw the
different.
prototype bag that Kyle had. Holy
Can I see
shit,
the universal one?
Yeah.
I could smack Anthony on the head with it and do some serious damage. There,
like
there must have
100.
been, there's so many prototypes that they went through there.
Yeah, and they left me when they showed up for the LARP game. They left me one of each, and I was fooling around with it. I couldn't break it. I ended up giving it out to players where they're like, "Oh, I wish I could use my Odin, but I'm using a like AK today." I'm like, "Here, try this. Back to me at the end of the day." But yeah, no complaints so far.
Yeah, after last year where I just bought that F90 and I was loading mags by hand because obviously they don't fit in the Odin. I was just like, I'm never doing this again. I'm buying any speed loader I can. So that works brilliantly. And then I have the Comrade Quiche adapter for it.
Okay, yeah.
But that's obviously specifically for that mag, whereas that works brilliantly for any feed lips.
Yeah, because even I think about a year ago, I had Anthony 3D print me like one of the free use files online for GHKs, and he's like, "Yeah, here you go." And it's like one of the block ones. I put it in. I'm like, "Nope, it doesn't fucking work at all. It says it's for a GHK, not even close."
You can't trust all the files you find on like Thingiverse or Colts. Like,
So how mad are you at New Zealand for having Airsoft and Australia?
Look, it's that is half the problem with us not having it, right? Because most Australians look at New Zealand and go, "We don't want it. It must be shit anyway. You pricks have got it." So it's like,
they don't just have Airsoft.
So it's true. You guys don't like each other.
They're flying planes and they have tanks. And they have insane pyrotechnics.
it's a friendly a friendly rivalry, I'd say. It's I don't know what to compare it to here. Maybe like a state rivalry where you're like, there's a friendly respect, but also turn this off, Mark. But also, you're a pack of cunts.
It's like Army versus Navy.
Yeah, pretty much. And there's way too many sheep in that country. It's not natural. It's
I hope the RDX boys watch this.
But yeah, look, there are proper teams. Echo One, I think, is like the Australian airsoft team who have no airsoft shit in Australia, and they go to New Zealand to play. That is their holidays. That's what.
Such a shame, man.
How long is the flight to New Zealand?
From the East Coast, maybe 2 or 3 hours.
Okay, that's
something.
not bad.
It's not terrible,
Yeah.
right? Whereas from where I am, it's like 2 to 3 hours. I'm going to go to Bali because that's like a 3.5 hour flight, and everything's cheap, and there's no Kiwis, so that works a lot better when we get there.
Have you played Gel Blaster?
Yes, yeah. So gel blasters are now only legal in Queensland, which is our northeastern state. It's kind of like Florida, right?
Wait, so they're starting to ban that too?
Do you have Queensland, man? Like we have Florida, man.
Look, it's not really a thing, but far north Queensland is probably Florida man, right? That is the equivalent of like whenever you see something with a crocodile, it's either in like the NT News, Northern Territory News, or to something in Queensland.
Is there a lot of bath salts in North Queensland?
I don't think they don't need them. They're just cracked by themselves. That's like all of the Australian, like the really Steve Irwin type Australians. That is far north Queensland.
Gotcha.
That's all of that. It's like the guys who will say like a 5-minute diatribe, and you're like, I don't know what you said, and I live here. Like it's. Australian slang is pretty heavy as it is. I'm like, I try and be really good when I'm here. Otherwise, people are like, what?
I like your American accent. It's great.
But yeah, so gel blast is only legal in Queensland. Everywhere else, all the other states have banned them. Too scary. Look too much like a real gun. Sorry, you can't have them. So federally, they're allowed to be imported under replica firearms laws. So federally, they've classified the gels as not ammunition, so that's all fine. But yeah, all the other states, basically because we're so far away from having real guns that people have forgotten how guns should be handled, which is put it in a bag, don't wave it around. It's like your dick. No one wants to see it, especially don't put it in front of anyone's face unless they ask for it. So yeah, basically a lot of that happened, and because we love rules, it was okay, cool, we're just going to ban them all instead of like targeting those particular people.
Oh my God.
And look, I think the cops were also quite concerned that they were going to shoot some poor kid who was running around with a gel blaster, instead of but yeah, look, completely harmless toys. Really frustrating to work on. Like that, my introduction to airsoft teching was trying to take apart those AEG gearboxes that the gel blasters have in them.
They're like AEGs, but like their nozzles are different. And
yeah, the nozzle just basically pushes it out, and the hop up is like a ramp on the end of a barrel, basically.
Right.
So it just puts that last little bit of spin on there, but the gels are inherently like soft, right?
Yeah.
So the higher you get your FPS, the more the gel deforms with the air, and the more it just goes.
Do they have different weight or different like hardness gels?
There's like an escalating arms race for who can like make the hardest one, because you end up, you put them in a milk bottle and you put water in and they all swell up and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So they're all a little bit soft, but yeah, they were getting to the point where like they have tracer gels, they have tracer units, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Can you overswell them to where they're not working anymore?
No, you just leave them in the water and you drain the water later. So they swell and they're just those like poly beads or whatever you get and put flowers and shit in. So
like everything I've seen like AEG component wise for gel blaster, like they have MOSFETs for like the AEG, and then they have the gel blaster one. And it looks like the magazine has to get like hooked up into the
because the
circuit.
There's no spring magazines, because obviously they can't take the pressure of the spring because they squash and kill all the gels.
Like auto winding.
Yeah, basically. So it's just 2 metal contacts that go in and it just winds the mag at the same time. It's like a saw mag or something like that, right? Where it just feeds itself.
Is it fun? Is gel blasters fun?
It's obviously not airsoft, right? It's fun, but like the most annoying thing is you can have someone who is like 60 feet away from you who's just waving at you and you can't hit them. You can't do anything about them. It's like, it's quite good at close range, but that's pretty much it.
So is the gel blaster scene like a lot of like indoor, or I guess CQB type?
I don't know now because it's all on Queensland, right? So it's on the other side of the country. Wouldn't have a clue.
Do people yell, call your hits?
People everywhere, call your hits. So I got into this whole thing through paintball, right? Did you guys know airsoft's kind of like paintball? Sorry, I watched too much of this podcast. So Yeah, look,
Gel blaster.
it's like
so
that.
like
yeah.
it's like airsoft, but
yeah, but infinitely more painful.
Yeah.
But not painful as in getting hit, just frustrating.
Yeah.
So like the first boxes,
Existential dread.
the first boxes I used to take apart were like, you know, the real cheap AEGs where it's like that milky white plastic, and you open it and you're like, oh, I don't know, like the gears are plastic, there's no bearings, someone's just taken some blue grease and squirted it in there.
Yeah.
And people are trying to like shim those and tech those, and you're like, guys, just
Not
give
worth
it up.
it.
No,
Yeah, it's not worth it.
there's a company called Aztec, and they make like AEG parts, and like they're running Gate Titans. They have like Gel Blaster DSGs. They're making gears.
Yeah.
They're making
binary
all
triggers. Like people put Polar Stars in Gel Blasters.
Yeah.
Why? What are you doing, guys? Like it seems like a waste. But it's when you have, that's all you have. You know, if you've
Just
that's
play with
what you're
Nerf
going to run
guns.
with. Yeah. Like the Nerf scene's pretty big.
I was going to say, just play with
yep.
Nerf guns.
Yep.
That's
Do they have
sucks.
like ops and stuff, like large scale events and all that stuff?
Yep.
For Gel Blaster.
For Gel Blasters, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is basically people moving through the bush, like waving at each other until you get to like a close enough distance where it's going to actually do something.
Oh, that's heartbreaking.
I would hate
Yeah.
it.
That's
Yeah,
that's my biggest gripe with airsoft is that the range is so close, you know. And I can only imagine if you cut that into a quarter. Oh God, that would just be.
We could find out. We could just play a weekend where everyone's gun has to shoot 100 FPS or lower.
It's probably still just based on the ammo alone. It's probably still shoot further.
Yeah, probably.
All right, with Gel Blaster, do you guys chrono in joules or FPS?
It's FPS. Yeah. Because
Do you
there's no
have to
weights,
chrono?
right? Yeah. I don't know what they do now, but we never used to at the field we went to. Like it breaks when it hits you. It's soft. Like it's really not going to hurt you.
Can
that
Gel
much.
Blasters joule creep?
Nobody knows.
You should get one. You can buy them from Evac. Like
we
it's
bought one for
know.
Dave as a Christmas gift.
Yeah, but that was like the equivalent of like the cheap LPEG AEG. Like it looks like an AK, but it's like squished and it's like gravity fed.
Yeah, one of those.
Yeah, I got that for $30 on Amazon.
Yeah.
Dude, the cool part about it is that you can take, I don't know, 100,000 rounds and fit them in a box this big. You know what I mean? And then you just dump a little bit of it into like a bowl of water or whatever. And like,
Wait 20 minutes.
A couple minutes later, you've got 300-400 rounds ready to go.
It's so sad, man. I'm so sorry.
It is what it is,
dude.
right? It's like
Do you think there could ever be any type of movement to try to re-legalize airsoft in Australia?
there's definitely plenty of movements. Like I was in the West Australian Airsoft Club that doesn't play airsoft for a while.
Yeah.
Should be Chairsoft Club.
Yeah, look, they tried to, there was an independent that was going to push it through Parliament and try and get people to, get it at least somewhat legalized. But this was during COVID, right? And you're like, guys, pick your time. Like the government is not going to risk any sort of bad press while they're trying to go, hey, oh, fuck, like there's people here. We're going to try to keep people out.
Yeah.
Like, pick your time. I'm sorry. It might have gotten through if it was like now, but it was just not the right time to try and get something through during COVID that the government didn't give a shit about. Yeah. So,
And it's not even like there's a lack of area to play.
no, we got
You guys are, you have like different biomes and shit. Like, Jesus, there's nothing but wilderness there.
Although imagine playing airsoft and then a fucking full-size male kangaroo comes out of the bush. He's just like mean mugging you.
So as opposed
And he's
to like,
flexing his pecs.
as opposed to
and
bears and shit that you guys get here. It's
well, it's like, in our safety brief is don't shoot animals. It's cruel and they don't call their heads.
Yep.
In Australia, it's like shoot the animals, shoot the animals, and retreat.
none of the big animals here
Save
hurt you.
yourself.
Yeah.
Survive.
None of the big animals, like even the dingoes, right? Like, so I've spent a lot of time on foot out in the bush.
Are dingoes kangaroos?
Dingoes are the dogs.
Dogs.
Yeah,
Oh, that's right.
Our equivalent of wild dogs. They'll just follow you. You know, they won't attack you. They're pretty chill. Whereas here, like apparently, if you're walking off by yourself, the coyotes will have a crack at you.
Yeah, but that's. Yeah, I don't know.
There's bears. There's I keep getting told about these fisher cat things that I've never seen. Like,
I gotta say, your wild dogs look a lot healthier than our wild dogs.
yeah.
Like, look at that, man. Look at the coat. All right.
yeah,
look at the fur.
they're great looking dogs.
Yeah.
It's,
This dog's getting its nutrients.
Yeah, it is.
It is not scavenging. It is hunting.
Yeah, it is definitely hunting. Yeah, I mean, we have bears and everything. I mean,
Our coyotes are kind of pussies.
Well, yeah. I mean, like the brown bears, they don't really care. They're basically big puppy dogs. Until they grab you, they'll eat you.
is that the one you need to make yourself big or make yourself
Brown
dead?
bears, if it's brown, you play dead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because they're mainly
How do
territorial.
you tell? You're colorblind.
Right? He looks at his toes. And he's like, it matches my toes, so I know I need to fall down.
Yeah, hang on. Like,
have a large,
is it the same color as this?
just large calibers and bear spray just in case, regardless.
Yeah.
I mean, even with black bears, those are the ones you're supposed to yell and fight back.
Yeah.
Because they're more likely to eat you to survive.
Right.
Whereas like brown bears don't really have that. Like they're only competing with other bears for food, but they also eat like salmon and bugs and stuff like that. But like black bears will break into your house and go through your fridge. Like that happens. Like I saw a video of that recently. But normally black bears, they will leave you alone. They are a little bit more timid. And if you're in a large group of people, they'll tend to leave you alone. But with wild animals, you never know what they're going to do.
Yeah.
You never know how hungry they are. You never know if they're sick with rabies or anything like that. So like, I don't want to be fucking near them.
I don't know. We've been here we've been at this location since 2015. There's definitely a bear population around here. And in that time, was it 10 years? I've seen one bear print.
Yep.
Yeah.
One.
Yeah.
And I mean, we make so much noise here. We're not in the wilderness here. Like there's a whole town around us, so not a very big deal here. And I'm sure it's probably the same.
Well, that's I understand. Need guns? Bears eat you, right? Whereas at home, like I grew up like the other side of my street, there were no houses. It was a national park. So I grew up with like kangaroos on my lawn most mornings and that sort of stuff. They're fine. Like you'd see a snake now and then, you'd be like, cool, you stay over there. I'm going to be here.
Yeah.
Ooh, good one, William. Almost. That'll look, if anyone wonders what that was, please watch the YouTube video.
That was William.
That is why I tied a knot in the charger for the deck, because if he unplugged that, we would have lost the last 48 minutes of audio. Oh my God, that's gone. Oh,
William.
My boy.
William.
Oh God.
Hey, buddy. But yeah, like at home, there's nothing big will kill you with the exception of the saltwater crocodiles. But they're over there. If you go into their territory, that's, taking your life in your own hands. And most of the time when they get you, they're going to be underwater. So there was I'll see if I can find the story. There's a guy who got hit with one in Queensland, and he's got like a sort of
That William?
interview or something like that. And he was just like, oh yeah. And then, he came up. So I grabbed my little dog and I was hitting him with my little dog, hoping he'd take the dog and not me. I was like, fuck man, I don't want to be your dog. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I mean, given the circumstance,
Yeah.
sorry, little dog.
There's a video of some guy in politics in Australia, and they were asking him about like LGBTQ stuff, and he was like laughing it off, like he's like, people are entitled to their own proclivities, and then he gets all serious and he's like, but in the meantime, two people. Yeah, he's like, every month somebody gets devoured by a crocodile in North Queensland. Yeah. He went straight to business.
He's he's an interesting cat, that guy. He's been in Parliament. He's from North Queensland, and he's been there for, I don't know, 20 or 30 years or something like that. The locals love him. He is a character. He was at these anti-immigration rallies on the weekend, and he's like, no, I'm not. And as you see a thing of like him addressing the crowd, the dude holding the microphone next to him is like a skinhead, and there's all like iconography on the microphone. And you're like, Bob, have you seen that? That's
I swear I'm not. Good luck with the bleeping.
It'll be fine.
How often do people get devoured by crocodiles?
I'm just looking at that actually. How many people are killed by crocodiles in North Queensland? Since 1975, 46 attacks, 16 which have been fatal.
All right, so that's
like
that's
when
like the same
Hochul
as
tried to get rid of Airsoft.
Yeah. Like if that was like Airsoft related deaths since the 70s and it was only 46, that would be, New York would use that as justification.
New York tried to.
She tried to. It was some ridiculous number. Like
it was like
14.
It was like since 1980
something.
80 something. There was 19 incidents where law enforcement intentionally shot someone who was holding a toy or replica firearm.
Yeah, and they tried to use that to be like,
airsoft guns have to be high vis, pink and blue and clear, like the UK. Fuck off.
Yeah.
See, that's the equivalent, right? Like, I would be like, you want that Yukara like half two-tone gun? Yes, sweet, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Just give me airsoft.
Right.
Yeah, for you guys,
sure.
Like more senior citizens died during COVID in New York than people have died from having an airsoft gun.
Yeah. But
true story.
New York politics.
If your governor pierces his nipples, it's a red flag.
Oh, cool.
What?
Oh, Cuomo.
What?
Yeah, Cuomo's got
Yeah,
pierced nipples.
have you never seen that?
No, good for him.
When he's wearing
Shit.
too tight of a shirt and he's not wearing the suit jacket over it, you can tell they're both. Hold on, I'll pull it up.
Do you know about
didn't
Governor
know that.
Cuomo?
I stay out of politics here
Yes.
because I
Yeah,
want to be
so-
invited back to the country.
That's a good idea.
So Cuomo,
we should all do the same, to be honest with you.
Cuomo basically had to resign because there was a lot of sexual misconduct allegations about him touching girls in the office. And during his resignation, he gave this
Here.
gaslighting
That is not
apology.
Oh my God.
It's blatant.
No, he's like basically this was his apology.
That is blatant.
Oh yeah, those are two very strong barbells.
Yeah.
His apology was basically this. He's like, I'm Italian, and Italians talk with their hands, and all my hands were trying to say.
Did I ever tell you I met Hochul? A long time ago.
Okay.
Like 2015, 2016. I had to go to this family thing that was up in Albany, and she was one of the speakers. And because we were part of the families involved, she came over and met us. I did not realize who the fuck I was talking to. 2016, actually. I was in college, and I'm like, who is that woman? Like, I'm with my parents. I'm like, who's that? They're like, deputy governor. I'm like, okay, cool, whatever.
Yeah. Right on.
Yeah.
Oh man, I have to pee so bad. I'm so sorry.
You want to take another break?
Yeah, I'm so
Okay.
sorry. And we're back.
Had some camera problems, wanted to get off politics, and the dog needed to go for a run.
There you go. So what are some major differences between Australia and America? I should say the USA.
Look, it is really remarkably similar culturally. So I come here, I'm like, oh yeah, cool, everything's the same. And then it's the little shit that catches me out. And I'm like, hang on, what's going on with that? I guess before we get in, the thing that always gets me, given that I've got family here now. So when we sing Happy Birthday, right, at the end of Happy Birthday, someone goes hip hip and everyone else goes hooray, and you do that 3 times.
Okay.
You don't do that here.
No.
So I'm always the idiot that forgets. Hip, hip, everyone's just like, what the fuck?
What is that idiot?
What are you trying to do that? I don't know. There's much less flags at home. I feel like it's law that every RV sales place here must have a flag that's bigger than my house.
And they compete for bigger.
Yeah, that's patriotism.
yeah,
man.
it's like I don't know. I've never seen a flagpole that big in Australia. Like, what the fuck? They come that big?
Yeah, there's the car dealership right on the
the
corner down
Nissan.
here. It's massive. It's it's almost as tall as the Cracker Barrel signs on the highway.
Which Cracker Barrel sign?
The new ones or the old ones, or the new old ones.
Did everybody see the fat electrician video on that?
I started it.
Yeah,
Oh, you should. He thinks it's a psyop.
it could be.
Oh, to drop the stocks, invest, and then
No. To get everybody pissed off. So they're like, we got to go to Cracker Barrel one more time before they change it.
Yeah.
And then
clever. That's
after
marketing.
this year's over, because he brought it up in the video, they only did it to 30 of them.
Yeah.
We have seen more than 30 Cracker Barrels.
yeah.
They have almost 300 stores nationwide.
Every road.
So because of that, no one's hearing that it's only 30 of them. So everybody's gonna be like, we got to go one more time. And then they remember how Cracker Barrel is actually pretty good. And then at the end of the year, when the sales report comes out and they have the best year on record, they're like, don't worry, guys. We heard your feedback. We're not doing it anymore.
Which they did.
They actually already started it. They brought back the original logo.
is that what Disney's doing?
No, they're just trying
they
to
gonna
sell
go
you
back?
$12 waters.
It's like we ended up leaving the milsim early, which I felt pretty shit about since I asked for the milsim.
They had to send a search party out for you.
Well, they did, the guys had enough. We'd drunk pretty heavily the night before. So
fair.
we were like, all right, we want to go to Buffalo Wild Wings, and Russ is coming because it's a cultural experience and you need to come.
It's
I
not
was
that
like,
great.
Oh, well, it's, I feel like it's very American. It's beer and anything that will fit in a deep fryer.
Yes,
Come on.
true.
You,
Yeah,
you,
that's
ate,
very
you
true.
ate B-dubs?
Yeah.
Did it make you sad afterwards?
It made me shit afterwards.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
That's normal.
Yeah.
They put something in the wings, like in the, I think it's their frying oil. Like
Yeah.
after I eat it, I'm just like sad. Not like I ate a bunch of crap and I feel bad about myself sad, but like existential dread sad. Like almost as if like they banned Airsoft and we can only play Gel Blaster sad. I'm like,
It's the sorting out the bill and figuring out the exchange rate and then trying to calculate tipping makes me sad because fuck.
They made you pay for your portion of the meal?
It's like pay my way. There's no
Yo, that's
freebies here.
crazy.
It's,
actually, so okay, where is it?
it's
Where is it?
Google AI again.
Oh yeah,
no,
we
this
got
is
one.
true. Australians wrote this, so
This is refusing to shout your round of drinks. When drinking with friends, it's a common social practice to take turns buying a round of drinks for the group. Failing to buy your round is considered stingy and scabby.
I'm gonna stop you right there because you haven't gone out drinking with us.
Scabbing.
Everybody
Yeah, he
does that
doesn't-
here.
Yeah, he doesn't.
That's a normal
he
practice.
doesn't know.
He don't know.
He don't know.
Yeah, but talking about splitting the bill with the wings. Is that what it was? You're like,
If you
you gotta
came,
pay your share.
if you came, however many billions of kilometers that would be,
yeah, just to play airsoft,
just to play
with these
Airsoft,
nerds,
yeah,
with
I would
us.
pay for fucking everything. You'd
Yeah.
be like, yeah, eat what you want, drink what you want. It's crazy. You're better than that, Eric.
It's you ever heard the phrase like wouldn't shout if a shark bit him? That's
Wouldn't shout if a shark bit
wouldn't
him.
shout if a shark bit him.
So I wouldn't-
that's like
I wouldn't.
someone who won't buy their round wouldn't shout the drinks.
Okay.
Wouldn't shout if a shark bit him. So I feel like that's also a major difference, right?
You know what we
So-
say? We say he can't be fucked to buy drinks.
No, we
can't-
don't say that.
No, nobody says
nobody
that.
says
That's what I
that. You
say.
just have never gone out drinking with us.
That's what I say. I say like, yeah, that person can't be fucked to do that.
No,
cannot.
wouldn't shout if a shark bit him.
We say if somebody like if you're going out as a group and one person like the bill comes and he doesn't reach for it, we say he has alligator arms.
No, that-
Like,
Yeah, but what if Dave got way more drinks than everybody else?
Yeah,
Like, I'm like-
or if he knows the
we're all
bill's,
together, damn it.
or that
They
friend
don't
in the
know.
group that knows the bill's coming, so he has to use the bathroom.
Yeah, just disappears. And,
Yeah.
So what'd you think about Buffalo Wild Wings?
It looked perfectly good. No matter where I look, there is sport. I don't understand the sport. I don't. American football? What the fuck? I don't know. I don't get it.
When I was young, and I'd be at my grandparents' house or whatever, and football was always on. In my head, I was like, "Is it just whoever has the ball gets tackled? Like, is this everybody?" Because when the ball gets hiked, everybody's just like, it's like this collision, and you're like, I think it's just if you have the ball, like you're the target, regardless of what team you're on. Like, I had no idea, like what was going on
I mean,
there.
that's not far off.
Kinda, yeah. I mean,
The sports here, like being made for advertising, throws me. It's just like, there's a break, and like I've been to games before, and you're like, oh yeah, nothing's happening. What's going on? They're like, oh, it's an ad break on the TV.
Yeah.
You're like, but I'm here and I'm watching, and I'm not like what
they
gives?
already
So-
got your money. They don't
Yeah,
care
that's
about
true.
you.
They don't
Yeah.
need any more out
They
of
don't
me.
care
So
about you.
yeah, it's crazy. Like at home, Australian rules football, if someone kicks a goal, they reset the ball back to the center of the field. You get one ad. That's it. You get like one sort of 15-second ad, and then the game's back on, and away you go.
Right on.
what kind of ads are in Australia?
It's like we've got all the major
Is it like car insurance?
chains. Yeah, we don't get the inundation of drug and legal ads that you seem to get here.
That sounds
You know.
refreshing.
Like happy people in the garden. It's like side effects may include bleeding out of your asshole.
Yeah, exactly.
Vomiting.
Yeah.
Suicidal thoughts.
Gladiations.
If I go to the doctor, I don't say like, "Hey, I want you to prescribe me this drug," which apparently is very common here. Like my doctor goes, "Hey, you need Viagra," and I'm like, "No, I want my cocks are flopping or whatever."
I want
it is.
Blue Chew, not Viagra.
Yeah.
My cock's a flop.
It's like
Good.
Americans
Dude,
go to
that's
the
a parody
doctor.
commercial just waiting to be
That's
out.
a soundbite. Sorry.
That's great. Dude.
Americans go to the doctor and they're like, my back hurts. I think I need weed.
yeah.
Oh, that's been a thing since medical marijuana started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Australian language in general, like we shorten individual things and then we make sayings that we could make a lot shorter as well. So it kind of balances out somewhere, right?
Yeah,
Favorite saying, we're not here to fuck spiders. So
I don't know that anybody's here to fuck spiders. 'cause I don't-
basically, we're not here to mess around. That's
Okay.
yeah. Be like, come on, Dave, we're not here to fuck spiders. Let's get on with it, sort of
I
thing.
feel
I
like
don't
that's
wanna
going to
fuck
make it into the Rolodex.
Yeah.
Come on, boy. Okay, so Milson West, we'll do Aussies and we'll just fuck spiders. We'll just be
Yeah.
But we are here to fuck around
yeah.
We're not here to fuck spiders.
or blow up birds.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, that happened once. So
No
that,
worries.
Be like, yeah, we won't talk about that.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
worries.
so there was like
Yeah.
a Milsom West where some players found was the bird still alive?
Okay, so
was it
anyway,
dead?
next
Yeah,
topic.
moving on. Yeah, that's all good. I think a lot of the sayings are also like shit you throw around with your mates, right? So you've got a face like a drop pie. Yeah, you got a face like a smashed crab, a face like the south end of a northbound camel. Like there's lots of like little, I don't know. But
It's
then
like
we'll-
his butthole. Your face is like his butthole.
See, I almost appreciate the humor in that because in America it's pretty blunt. You just look at Anthony and you're like, you look like shit today. Are you okay?
and then we'll shorten up other shit. So like a break, if you have a break while you're at work, you're like, okay, smoko. That's
A smoko?
smoko. Yep. service station. So like someone from the US would be like, oh, I'm going to go and put gas in my car. Be like, oh, yeah, going down the servo. That's
Okay.
That's
Actually,
it.
I have a question because this threw me for a loop earlier in the year. Have you had to gas your car here since
Yes.
you got? How different is it from Australia?
We don't have the buttons to press, but
Okay.
otherwise we'll roll up and there's like usually 91, 95, 98 diesel.
Okay.
Yep. Put it
Yes.
in. You don't have to pay first. You don't trust anyone here.
No.
No,
Yeah, we
yeah,
don't.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I went to Iceland earlier in the year, and it took me 20 minutes to figure out how to get gas. It is so fucking different. Like, there's a pump. There's, again, like you said, there's no buttons, there's no meters, there's just how much gas you've taken.
Yep.
You have to go walk over to the center of the pumps where, like, for in Jersey, you would have the service station attendant.
Yeah.
And there's just a like ATM looking thing, and you put your card in and you tell it you want it in English, and then it asks you how much gas you want, but you don't know because it's in liters and it's not in gallons, and you're just like, can I put a dollar amount in? And then you sit there wondering, if I put like $100 Icelandic in there and I only use 60, am I getting my money back, or am I just giving them $100? It took me like 20 minutes because I'd do it, go back, didn't do it right, go do it again. And I'm like, I'm going to lock my fucking credit card because I'm trying this for a fourth time. And my girlfriend's like, how to get gas in Iceland? I'm like, just walk inside and ask. And she's like, I have Google. Fucking nightmare.
We know that Google's good too. So.
Yeah, it's always
definitely.
right.
Fucking nightmare.
So it wasn't always the case that you would have to pay first.
Yep.
When I was in high school, you could just go up to a pump, and then go. But
In New Jersey, you're not even allowed to pump your own gas.
true
Yeah.
story.
Yeah, I heard like they've got attendants there that come
Yeah.
out and do it.
And
So,
then you see some like security cam footage of somebody starting a big fire, and you're like,
you can see why. Yeah,
Yeah.
the dude's there smoking
Some
as he's
pe-
pumping in gas.
some
and you're like,
people shouldn't be allowed.
The last time we went to Ballahack, Ethan and I were getting gas at that like Wawa right around the corner from the Airbnb, and these two random girls looked at us and were like, "Do you guys know how to pump gas?" We're like, "What?"
I'd have been like, no, I'm just trying to figure it out. It's like start putting the gas nozzle in the rearview
And it was-
mirror. Like,
yeah.
I really hope they had a Tesla.
No, they didn't. They had like a Honda Civic, and they were two girls our age. And mind you, Ethan's from Jersey, so he never pumps his own gas, and I'm from here, so I know how to do it. So I'm doing it. And these girls are just like rolling down the window, like, "Guys, do you know how to like?" So we can't even get the gas tank open. And I'm like,
Tell them that the green pump is for beginners and it's easier to use.
"Oh, I totally forgot about that until that came up." Okay.
My wife will find like a reel online of like some daughter pranking her dad, saying like, "Hey, I filled my car with gas and it's not working. I used the green pump," and the dad's freaking out like, "Are you fucking kidding?" So it's like she'll call me and try to do it. I'm like, saw the video already.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, no, you're not gonna get me. So Tyler went to Australia for a work trip once, and he came back, and I asked him a bunch of Australia questions. He said kangaroos were abundant, and he said that people do not say, "How are you doing?" or "How's it going?" They say, "How are you going?" How you going?
How you going? Yeah. It's pretty, like, it confuses people here, right? Because
Yeah.
they think I genuinely want to know how they are. I don't. That's
Yeah.
just the normal,
Well,
like,
yeah, that's-
Well, like,
That's
how,
like, yeah.
how are you going is like a grammar thing. It's like,
well, like
how
as
are you,
opposed
like,
to
how are you doing? What is your
It's-
state? How are you going? I guess both
You're making me
statements
think
make
about it
no
now.
sense.
It's same.
Yeah.
It's melting my brain.
It's same.
Yeah.
Same. It's same.
it's,
Same.
I'd be like, I'd be like, "G'day, Jordan. How you going?"
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it.
Ooh,
Uh,
another thing Tyler told me, he said that like he was going like I think like 1 or 2 miles over speed limit, and then all of a sudden they like mailed him a ticket.
Yep. Lots
Like-
of automated speed control.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
Here,
nice.
like
Like
the
2
throughway
miles?
terrifies me.
2 miles
like-
over the speed limit. Is that?
That's not typical. So he may be
kilometers.
lying to you there.
2 kilometers.
Generally, you'll get a ticket for 9 and over, or basically 10 over the speed limit.
yeah.
They might pull you over, and you can get a ticket for less than that. You can, I think, 5 over whatever the accuracy of the speed camera is.
What's the
kinda on brand
protocol
with
when you
us.
get
Yeah.
pulled over? It's like windows down, license, registration. Do you just roll the window down a crack and start yelling at them like, "I know my rights. I pay your salary."
Funny, like the first time I was here in 2013 or whatever, like normally if I get pulled over, I will get out of the car and I'll lean against the car and I'll talk to the cop, face to face.
I pull my gun out and I get out of the car.
Yep, exactly. So I think
Yeah, and I get
went to
out really
open the
quick so
door.
he knows that I'm not a threat.
Yep, and the guy's like, "Get in the car, get in the car!" Like, so yeah, no, I've learned not to do that. You behave nicely.
Was the cop cool about it when you're like, "Hey, I'm from Australia"? Or
Yeah, eventually.
okay,
Well,
all
it
right.
was, my in-laws are in a fairly small town upstate, so they I get Eastern European a lot. I don't know why. Must be the attitude, I think. So, but yeah, look, it's a pretty standard stuff. You don't usually get asked for your license. We don't have a registration. Usually they run the tags. They used to have a sticker on the windshield, so there's no separate thing you hand over.
We don't have a registration?
As in, like, you don't have a separate bit of paper that you have to keep with the car. Like the car is registered because the
Like a
car is
national
registered.
database.
Yeah, yeah.
Gotcha.
And then you'll usually get breathalyzed straight away. So that's the
Really?
difference is here I think you have to do some sort of elaborate dance and grammar exercise to the cop to be like, oh,
Well, there also has to be a reasonable suspicion.
yeah, see, not for us. Basically, you get pulled over, here, blow on this, like straight away. So they'll set up, we call them RBTs, but the roadside sobriety stops.
Yeah.
And it's just basically a line of cars getting breathalyzed one by one. So it's more effective. It's more efficient. Like,
They do that. Yeah, they'll do that. Like Super Bowl Sunday.
You'll probably see it today.
Yeah, okay.
It's Labor Day,
Maybe
depending on
not.
the town.
But you won't see those till later. But like Super Bowl, after the game's over, if you're trying to go anywhere, like you're gonna go through a DUI checkpoint. Like you just are. You just know it. Same thing. 4th of July. 4th of July is like the number one in America DUI night ever.
It's that and the day before Thanksgiving.
The day before, huh?
The day before, because everybody's home from college and they're all going, like, I noticed it. Somebody told me that they're like the 3 most popular drunk driving days in the US, July 4th, New Year's Eve, the day before Thanksgiving. And it's
could
because
see that.
everybody's home, family's in town, everybody's
Dealing with their family.
Yeah. And they're like, we're going to have a couple with our family. We're going to go out to the bar and see our friends because we go to different colleges. And then all of a sudden, DUIs.
Yep.
Yeah.
Get wrecked.
Do you guys have a drunk driving problem in Australia?
Yeah, like kind of similar when you get out of town, there's like country towns have no public transport. So,
Okay.
everyone goes to the pub because there's nothing else to do.
Got it.
So, yeah, smaller towns, lots more. Bigger towns, it's still there, right?
Okay.
It's like any time you see a big crash, it's always someone who was, had too many beers or got up in the morning and thought they could drive and all that sort of stuff. So,
Usually here, big crashes are a litany of reasons, but that's one of them.
yeah.
Usually texting and driving or,
Yeah. But no, there is, like, Australia has a big drinking culture,
Yeah.
right? So, it's definitely a drunk driving problem. And that's probably the number one thing that the cops focus on is the drunk driving.
Do they get drunk off of like too much Vegemite?
Apparently you can ferment it. Apparently people make prison hooch out of that stuff.
Well,
It's like
okay, so
turning it backwards.
seeing as it started as beer, you're just reverting it back
Exactly.
to beer. Yeah.
Back to its natural state. That's,
They just soda stream it.
I don't know how this hasn't come up yet. Is weed legal there?
no.
No?
There is very, very limited. Not like, oh, hey, my doctor said I need it, so away you go. It's pretty much illegal everywhere. So there's going to be someone in your comments saying that guy's wrong, and that guy will have an Australian accent. Yeah,
Keyboard
exactly.
commandos.
But yeah, no, it's definitely not as common as it is here, where like you walk around anywhere down in the city and you're like, ooh,
Dude,
like
we
that
have a
is-
weed farm next door.
Yeah,
Like,
I could smell the hell out of that. on
Sometimes
Saturday.
the wind just like it just blows.
It's
away.
like somebody smoking and blowing in your face sometimes. And
Yeah.
we've got like parents dropping off kids and stuff. Like, I swear, it's just there's a weed farm right
Yeah,
over
like-
there. Like
Like
they're
there's cows
venting
next
right
door
now.
and then the farm next to that, weed.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's we're pretty much all drugs illegal. I think we've even banned vapes now. That's just because we were getting from China, and you're like,
Good on you.
that's not nicotine, that is hardcore chemicals. Like,
Yeah.
that's a standard Australian response to something we don't understand is to ban it. So
Sounds like a
Yep.
good way to live life.
Yeah.
you can't have it because we don't get it.
Do remember they banned Left 4 Dead 2.
The video game?
Yeah. That game is banned in Australia. That
there you
made news headline. Too gory.
You're fighting zombies, though.
I mean, have you seen Wolf Creek? Like,
Yeah, here, I'll pull it up because I remember that was a huge thing years ago.
this, like we've seen Wolf Creek, the John Jarrett movie. So John Jarrett was like a really well-known like variety presenter back in the day, and then all of a sudden he turns up in these like really hardcore movies, and you're like, that's the scarier thing. That like the mental thought that this dude who was like presenting, I think, Better Homes and Gardens or something like that, is now this like terrifying outback murderer. So
Well, but maybe he did the Better Homes and Gardens, right, to break into the industry, and then accidentally he got famous for that, and he's like, fuck, now I gotta like do this shit, and then he made enough money to be like, all right, I'm gonna go do the things I want to do. That happens a lot with musicians. They get kind of like roped into this Disney bullshit, but secretly they like, I want to do deathcore metal, you know. So they're like they do this, and then all of a sudden their solo album is like, I can't listen to that without going to church.
I think this guy, it's like, all right, he's now really scary and he's really good at digging holes and making a nice garden. So that's also
Well, at least the murder scene will be nice. It'll be landscape.
some nice flowers and some gravel.
He talks a lot about the nitrogen content in the soil.
Yeah, right. Yeah, man. I mean, if you're gonna get murdered, you might as well be in a garden, I guess.
Yeah, so Left 4 Dead 2 was released in 2009 in October. And then it had to be censored heavily and re-released in Australia because the original version of the game was banned due to excessive gore. At which point in 2024, it was lifted.
Hey, you got Left 4 Dead
There you
now.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Along with Manhunt, Blitz the League, Disco Asylum.
Blitz, really?
Yeah, and Hotline Miami 2 Wrong Number. All games that have been banned in Australia.
Is that a game?
I've never even
Sounds like a
heard of that.
service.
Yeah. All of those were banned in Australia for different reasons.
When I play on my like Oculus headset, like my VR headset, when I get into servers, there's usually like any server I'm in, there's at least one Australian in it.
Yeah, because we've got really limited servers down under, right? So if someone is up an ungodly hour, you have to play on a US server or something like that.
Every now and then I see a Battlefield 4 server from that region.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
popular.
still a few around. So like I'm part of a sort of community that runs like Squad and Reforger servers. So we get a lot of.
Hey, you want to play
yeah.
some video games? Hop in the Zulu 24 Discord.
Yeah, like I've tried to play with the gun gamers guys, and the ping is terrible, but it's
yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah.
So it's
How do you work out the time zone? Like one of you guys is playing at an unreasonable hour.
It's like because it's 12 hours, right? So it's
Okay.
not too bad. Generally, like by the time the guys that have kids put them to bed and get on, it's like 10 o'clock their time. That's like 10 o'clock in the morning my time. So on the weekend, that's like prime time when my wife wants me to go out and do stuff. So great video game time. So yeah, just jump on and sorry, I got to see the boys.
Yeah. They're in America.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you don't want to keep them waiting. Sorry, baby.
But yeah, the ping problems are serious. So it's like you come around the corner and you're like, is that an enemy? And like it just crumples. You're like, oh, okay. Well, I could have shot him, but someone else shot him 5 minutes ago and he's only just registered. So.
Oh, the desync. Oh,
yep.
God.
It's already bad. The hit registration in that game's already bad. So I can imagine 300-400 ping. You're just like you're living 5 minutes in the past.
Exactly. Yeah. But also impossible to hit, right? So it's pretty good. Yeah.
Everybody thinks he's hacking. He's flying across the top of the map because he's just rubber banding back and forth.
Yeah, right.
He's just Australian.
I think you guys are actually it's New Zealand. Sorry, I know they're your arch rival. Like when video games come out, they get it first.
Yeah, because of the date line and that sort of
Yeah.
stuff. So, yep. It's but yeah, it's like 12 hours time difference to get here. The best I can get here in is 24 hours. So that's like a one stop. This time it took me 41 hours. So
It sounds like fun.
that was not enjoyable. Every single flight got fucked around the whole way coming across.
So you go from Australia and then you stop probably in Europe somewhere? Or?
No, so this time was Perth to Sydney, Sydney to Dallas, Dallas to Albany.
Sydney to Dallas.
Sydney to Dallas.
How long is that leg?
I think that was 15 and a half.
Oh,
I've done the New York JFK to Auckland to Sydney. So that's New York to Auckland direct. That
So-
was about 17.
so when you get from
Is Auckland in Australia?
no,
That's
it's
New
New
Zealand.
Zealand. So when you fly from Auckland to Australia, it's like a decontamination shower right there, so you can get all that Kiwi shit off you.
Yeah,
or-
pretty much. Yeah. Just make sure they walk down spraying shit on the plane. And
So when you say the flight from JFK to Auckland is 17 hours, is that 17 hours in the air, or is that by the time the time change is done, it's been 17
that's
hours?
in the air nonstop.
Oh, fuck that.
Yep.
Yeah, but usually on planes that are making that type of haul,
Yeah.
it's a pretty nice ride. We flew the second time we went overseas. We flew civilian, and it was like the smoothest, nicest. We flew to Kuwait, I think from Cherry Point. I can't remember. It was like the smoothest flight ever. It sucked because we had all of our gear on our laps,
Ugh.
but
Yeah.
but it was like a smooth, nice. It was a nice flight. Those big
Yeah.
airplanes handle pretty well.
No, I'm just thinking like 17 hours sitting in a fucking plane. Like, is there a shower? Like,
Nope.
Well, no, but they're
Well, there is
big.
if you're at the pointy end,
Yeah.
but
If you pay a little extra.
Yeah.
Yeah. you
What's
get all
that
in it.
jet lag like? Changing time zones.
This one, because it was so long in transit and we were just had no idea, it's pretty horrible. The 24-hour one, so that's Perth to Hong Kong, Hong Kong to New York, and generally the flights line up. So you basically walk off one, you walk onto the other, and then you just keep going.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. You get over that in like a day. This time it took me like a week. I was waking up at 3:30 every morning, just being like, "Fuck my life."
What's it like
Trying
bouncing
not to
between all these international airports and like trying to navigate through them? Like, because I feel like here, if I have to go to an airport and my flight's at like 2 p.m., I want to get there at 6 a.m. Like,
Your airports here suck.
Okay.
They're so
we used to
bad.
have the greatest
At least
airports.
we agree.
LaGuardia.
We agree on something.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're
It's,
fucking terrible.
It's the only place in the world where you have to enter the country if you're transiting as well. So like anywhere else in the world, like when we fly through Hong Kong, you basically, you walk down, you land, you get off, you go through like the entry bit and you go, all right, transfers off through one security checkpoint, back into the airport. See you later. You never had to enter the country. Here you have to enter the country. So
That's probably a terrorism thing.
I think it's just always been like that.
Are there
So,
no direct flights from US to Australia?
There are East Coast. So like Sydney to LA, Sydney to San Fran, Melbourne, like all of our East Coast cities to West Coast US is really
okay.
common. But from Perth, like apparently they're coming up with a plane that can do it, but I'm not sure I want to get on that plane.
Right.
So,
You don't want to be like,
We think
you don't want to be the
have
guinea
fuel.
pig.
yeah.
We're pretty sure we have enough fuel if the wind is perfect.
You don't want to be in the test bed for them.
Yeah. No. I think Qantas is trying to do it, but we'll see, right? It's like,
Is it needed? I mean, let's be real.
Wait till
Yeah.
they start pushing for electric planes.
renewables powered planes. It's just you wind up the rubber band and you'll be fine.
Eventually, it's all going to circle back to us just getting back on sailboats and going across the ocean.
I was going to say in the 50s and 60s, there was a design for a nuclear engine powered plane.
Can't see how they go badly.
Yeah, the engines were powered by a nuclear reactor that was in the bottom of the plane. It was a DoD project, of course. It never actually made it off the ground, but it was an idea.
Those are the UFOs we're seeing now.
No.
Oh, what do you think about the aliens that are coming in November?
I only heard about that when I got here. I was like,
we love
there's
that
shit
tape.
coming? Like,
Oh, we love
sweet.
that
all
tape.
right.
Don't you find it weird that NASA sees an object and they're just like, that's a hostile alien life form that wants to come and destroy the Earth? Like,
Yeah. Well,
they're like, we know all of that because we're NASA. Trust the science.
what are we going to do in the meantime, right? It's just like either ignore it or it becomes the purge. There's no end member to, sorry, there's only end members. There's no middle with that.
It's all like,
I'm ready for it. Bring it on. Fuck it.
it's either
what
actually aliens, which if NASA knows that they're aliens and they're hostile, that means that we've known about aliens. Deep State has known about aliens. If they
They
were,
already acknowledged it.
yeah, like, well, not aliens,
Yeah.
not aliens, UFOs. Yeah, they declassified like UFO footage.
Okay, so we know about the smoke, but you
don't know about the
I mean,
daggers.
fires.
No, the fucking alien, like the Martian autopsy in Mexico doesn't count. Okay, that alien looked like paper mache.
No.
Have you seen that? So,
yeah, I
so
think I saw
in
it.
Mexico, some scientists apparently recovered an alien, and then they did an autopsy, and then it was like a public thing, and like you see the picture of the alien, he's like this shriveled up little raisin, and it's exactly what you would expect an alien to look like if you
And
ever
why?
looked at anything pop culture.
And why is it in the pop culture? To desensitize us from the aliens so that when we see them, because they look just like that, we're not freaked out. Sorry, that's my conspiracy.
That's
theory.
one theory. I mean, either that or because it's in the pop culture, and if they want to convince us that this is what aliens look like.
Yeah.
So, like, here's the thing: if it's a life form, like our definition of life is some type of organic, carbon-based
Doesn't have
life
to be,
form. Like,
it doesn't have to be carbon based.
I don't think we know of life forms that aren't carbon-based.
You don't.
Right?
NASA does.
Right, but
Google does.
as far as what we know, that's not life. So now what we do know about carbon-based life forms is that like they need like oxygen to live. They need certain atmosphere to live.
Robots don't.
That's why a germ on Mars is life, right?
I feel like you're just provoking his autism.
Yeah,
Just-
yeah,
a little bit.
Yeah, we're stoking the fire.
Yeah. Okay. It's good.
Now-
It's a good game. I like it.
If we look at like species on Earth, like us, other animals, all the different categories, fish, reptiles, whatever, we're like, okay, carbon-based life forms, they do need oxygen, they do need like regulated temperature, they need to get like those vitamins back in their body or whatever. If there's aliens that are like that and they're from some other distant planet, that planet would have to have similar conditions to Earth, or they would have to be a completely different kind of life form. In which case, would they even survive on this planet? Same way, if we just go on Mars without a helmet or without a dome and all this stuff, like we would just die.
So here's the idea. The idea is that if a civilization is capable of interstellar travel, then they've probably figured out the rest.
Yes.
Maybe they just put their eggs in the basket of interstellar travel and not the
Maybe.
survivability aspect.
Maybe.
Like imagine that's the alien contact we have. We've been theorizing aliens forever, and they finally come here and they're hostile, but then they just die because of our atmosphere.
That's a movie plot.
Yeah, I've seen that documentary. They'll die for the common cold, right?
It would be like
You're just describing Halo.
it'd be
And
like the
War of the
shortest.
Worlds.
Yeah.
It'd be like the shortest alien invasion ever. In Gears of War, right?
Oh,
Are those
fuck.
things aliens?
Jesus Christ.
Or is
They're
that like, or
skinwalkers.
are they like Hollow Earth theory aliens?
They do come from, they come from below, but are they
Yeah,
even
but-
on Earth?
In Gears of War,
Yeah.
that wasn't my thing.
In Gears
Halo,
of War, they
yeah.
were on Earth.
Were they? Okay.
Yeah.
In Halo, yes, the Covenant was able to survive in Earth's atmosphere, but then we figured out that nukes work really fucking well.
Of course they do.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Trump card.
Splitting atoms.
I feel like aliens are your problem because, like, if they come, they're gonna come here. They're not gonna come to my side of the world and be like, "Fuck, what's up, cunts?"
No, because they're
Like,
going to see those spiders and be like, no, I don't want that.
yeah.
Yeah.
We did
We don't.
5 minutes of research on this landmass, and we don't want to go
yeah,
there.
exactly. It's there's nothing around. You don't have airsoft. We're not coming.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. There's no airsoft.
Have you heard of Bob Lazar?
no.
The guy who supposedly worked for, I guess, the CIA. He didn't work at Area 51. He worked
did.
at like an adjacent area. It wasn't 51. It was another one in the same desert. And
S4. He worked at S4.
yeah, what he purported was that he basically reverse engineered these UFOs. He didn't really say anything about aliens. He talked about the physics of how this aircraft worked. He said it was tiny. Cockpit was tiny. Doesn't look like it was made for humans. And he talked about like the element 115, which is this like stable isotope of this element that we don't naturally produce in our solar system. We were only able to make it in the Hadron Collider. We made like one atom and it wasn't stable. But he talked about element 115 before we even made it. And he did a whole documentary in the 90s. He went so public with it because, again, according to him, they were trying to kill him. Because there's a whole story about how he got so basically when you work for the CIA, they spy on you, and his wife was having an affair, so they fired him for
That's
that.
right.
They fired him
right.
for that because if he found out his wife had an affair, he would become unstable, and they can no longer trust him to work on this
Yeah.
top secret project. So he got fired, and then after he got fired, he started bringing his buddies out into the desert because he knew the flight schedule for the UFO, and then they were like on his tail and they were following him, and so he had to go public. They erased all of his records, like birth certificate. His elementary school he went to, middle school, high school, college, all that stuff. Like you can't find him. He doesn't exist.
This sounds like one of these guys that shoot themselves in the back of the head twice.
And what's crazy,
Well, those
yeah.
are the people that
Got to
have,
be thorough. It's always
yeah,
twice.
they have
And what's-
paperwork on the Clintons.
What I
Yeah.
find interesting about it is he made this documentary in like the 90s and he did a lot of interviews. And then more recently around 2010 to 2020 area time, he was on the Joe Rogan Experience and he was basically telling the same story. And there's another video analyzing it. He was a body language expert and he was comparing both his claims in the 90s and more recently. And he's like, I mean, he's not changing the story at all. And you can tell based on his body language, and he went into the analysis of it. He's like, he's not showing any signs that he's lying. So he's either telling the truth or he really, really believes this. And what's crazy is this thought that if this UFO is alien and it works off of this element that we can't even produce, and that's what makes it possible for this interstellar travel, like from what we would only go somewhere if there's like oil or some resource that we can take. Like what the hell would they get from Earth or our solar system?
Water.
Us.
Liquid water.
Yeah.
Maybe liquid water.
Yeah.
Maybe us.
Yeah, but joke's on them. We discovered their planet has oil. They're
Maybe
fucked.
maybe it's nukes.
It's fucked.
Maybe they're actually super peaceful. And there's like another alien species that they're at war with. And they're like, we're peaceful. What are we going to do? They're like, I don't want to do it, but we
is
have to
another
do it.
movie plot.
Earth knows how to weaponize nukes. Like, let's go there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or it's a giant asteroid coming.
Yeah,
And they think
exactly.
the nukes don't work.
It's hard reset either way, right? So
They've been
it's
observing
fun.
us for a while, right? And then they look at what happens after you nuke an entire group of people, and they're just like, they just get into like really weird cartoons, and
Oh God.
like maybe nukes aren't going to work on the enemy. They become an economic superpower after they get nuked.
How many minutes you got there?
Yeah, right.
That's,
Can we keep that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
We took a.
Hey, William, do you want to kick the little cord out of the deck again?
Out.
Yeah. So,
That wasn't bad. That's not half as bad. This
No,
isn't
we
even my
took-
final form.
We took samurais and turned them into people that can't make eye contact. I don't know. It is what it is.
yeah, body pillows and shit.
Don't make fun of
Yeah.
Japan. Don't make fun of Japan. Do you really want them to go back to the way they were?
Yes.
They were unhinged.
They were fucking warriors, dude.
They're the reason why we know how much water is in the human body. And they did it by baking people. They weighed them, and then they baked all the water out of them, and then they weighed them again. Like, that's the type of experiments they were doing during World War II.
I mean, if you're looking for a result,
Yeah. I mean, what was that? Unit 737 or what?
Yep.
Oh god, that's a deep rabbit hole.
Yeah.
That's
Like, Japan was so unhinged during World War II. Like, no wonder why we chose to
Or
nuke them instead of invading.
yeah. You got any more things in your laptop there?
Well,
to get him off the.
we keep going down these fucking tangents, dude.
Sorry.
I feel like this is probably a pretty common thing for you, though. Like, you come to the U.S. and everyone's like, oh my God, you're Australian. And they start asking you a million questions.
Not real. To be fair, I don't see that many new people apart from you
that's
guys.
fair.
Hang out with the family, and that happened. 10
I thought you
years
were
ago.
British.
Waiting for it.
Dude, he comes up to Anthony's
was that
window.
last
This
year?
is last year, yeah. Because
Comes
the
up to-
Tipman wasn't working.
That's
so.
right. He comes up to Anthony's window wearing Auscam with an Australian accent, and I think you had an Australian flag patch.
Just make it really obvious. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's just like, that guy had a cool accent. Was he British? I was like, come on, man.
Well,
Come on.
okay, people here wear Auscam. They're not Australian.
No.
And also, when I do, I do like stupid impersonations. When I do my British accent, sometimes it like teeter-totters in between British and Australian.
I have heard, was it last podcast, the one before? It's terrible, dude. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's so bad. I think when you were trying to do the Australian when it was British, and then it teeter-totters. It's tottered. Like, it's completely backwards. So.
It's like if Britain and Australia had like a really ugly love child, like really ugly.
Yeah, and I think with all the news and like, hey, what's going to happen next with the asteroid? I didn't even know it till I turned up here, right? Like it's so easy for us to be, because we're so isolated, to be really insular and care about our own shit. I was trying to explain to someone the other day just the distances, right? So if I leave Perth and I drive east towards the rest of the country, to get to the next city with 50,000 people in it, it's the equivalent of driving from LA to Dallas.
Oh,
That's like Iceland. Yeah, that's fucking wild.
It's a long
I
way.
know, but that's the only thing I have for experience with it.
You just drive and there's a whole bunch of nothing. There's a couple little towns, like a mining town, and it's got like 3 houses and a servo, and a couple little fishing towns, and that's it. That's
so when you
nothing
go on,
in between.
Like, if you were to go on drives like that, like, is there a real concern about like, I don't know, running out of fuel and
like shit, yeah.
Like it's a legit.
Do you bring like jerry cans with you for extra fuel for those trips?
Like that particular one, like there's servos often enough that you shouldn't, unless you're a complete idiot and you drive past it. But there's big signs, because the tourists always do it. Last fuel for 630 kilometers or whatever it is, and then by the time the tourists turn that into miles, they're out of fuel usually.
Oh shit.
But like so, my job used to be out in the middle of nowhere for extended periods of time, and I wouldn't have seen like anyone apart from the people I was working with for a week, and all of a sudden you see this like little Mitsubishi Colt, like hatchback driving down this track that I would only take a Land Cruiser down. That's like 3 Japanese tourists being like, "Oh, waterfall!" You're like, "Dude, like waterfall that way, like at 600 kilometers, like try and help them on their way, give them some water." But yeah, there's a lot of people who I'm sure just go missing because it's a big place. There was like a big search and rescue for a German tourist who was out vanning by herself and forgot to put the handbrake on, rolled down, smashed into something. She was missing for like 10 days, and they managed to find her. She survived.
That's great.
Yeah, it's like there's some real harsh terrain. If you're not planning and you don't know what you're doing, you get yourself in a lot of trouble. And forget about cell service, anything like that. So
like we have a small region in the U.S. that's like that, like New Mexico, parts of Arizona, like that area. There was an event. AMS was doing an event in this place called Pelias,
It
New
happened
Mexico.
yesterday.
Oh yeah, it was this weekend.
Yeah, with Copperhead.
And I was thinking about going one time. I've never played out on the West Coast in a different biome, right? Like,
One of the few places tan camo actually works.
yeah, exactly, right. And that was kind of like, ooh, I get to wear desert, And so I found the training center because that's what it is, right? And then I zoom out, and then I zoom out, and then I zoom out, and there's nothing. It's Mars. It's Mars for 100 miles in every direction. All the roads are perfectly straight.
Yep. We
'Cause
realized
it's flat and nothing.
you were closer to Mexico than the nearest American city.
Yeah, for sure. You had to fly into like San Antonio, Texas, and then it was like a 6-hour drive. And I was like,
Or you could fly into whatever the capital in New Mexico is and also drive, but then it's like 8 or 10 hours.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was wild. But Australia, in my head, like all the civilization in Australia is on the coast.
It's on the coasts. Yeah.
And then the interior is just
Trying to kill you.
Yeah.
wild.
It's there's not a lot there, right? It's like you really, you're Indigenous Australians and that's your country.
Yeah.
You're part of the support services for them. You're part of mining or you're part of like pastoral activities where it's not even like you're mustering your cows with helicopters. Forget about anything else. Like that is your cows are somewhere in this 1,000 square kilometer thing and you'll find them once a year and round them up and sell the ones that needed to be sold. And that's it. Otherwise, off you go. Like,
I mean,
Wild.
yeah, it'll take, it's like sort of Texas. It'll take you a week to drive your property and check all your fences and that sort of stuff.
Holy shit.
So it's,
Man, that's
road trip in Australia is a little different.
yeah. Well, like it's again, I'm gonna bring it back here. Yeah, bring it up Iceland. That's kind of the closest experience I had with it, just because it's kind of what you're describing there. Like we had to sit there and map out as tourists in a country we've never been in. Where's the gas stations? Because if we're gonna go on this 8-9 hour drive, okay, we have 600 kilometers in the tank, but this is a 780 kilometer drive. Like how far is it? And we had to sit there and do the math because there are towns just like you're describing. You sell 3 houses and you sit there and wonder, how do you guys find food? Like the nearest grocery store is 3 or 4 hours away. What do you guys do out here? Like it's just wild.
They catch puffins with their bare hands.
Oh, maybe.
In those parts of Australia, is that really common for people to like hunt and like live off the land, I guess?
less than it is here, I think. So like Indigenous Australians, hunting's still very much a part of their culture. There's some spots we've been up the sort of northwest where like they'll hunt turtles. They're anywhere near water is generally pretty good. And then you've got some of the areas that are just like there ain't much there, right? So they were very nomadic and they moved with the game as the game went out of the areas during the summer and that sort of thing.
Can you describe Indigenous Australians? Is it like we have Native Americans here? Is it like that?
Yeah, it's about our First Nations people basically. So it was. Don't know the history. I think they're the longest or the oldest cultural group in the world or something like that. And then when the British turned up, they were like, these people are on our land. We are claiming this, and continually persecuted them for however many years. It's a pretty common theme.
Yeah,
it sounds familiar, right?
Humans distinctly have a problem with that.
Yeah.
Is it Aborigines? Is that like a bad word?
No, Aborigines is
Okay,
fine. Like
all right,
it changes around depending on the context. But
Okay,
it's Indigenous Australians, Aboriginal groups, traditional owners, that sort of things. And then after that, you get to the bad words. So.
I think I only know that from Crocodile Dundee.
I was gonna say when I
He's
googled
like
it, that was
he's
the
like a
first
national
thing.
treasure, right?
Yeah,
like you guys, the statues of him and everything. Yeah,
Yeah, no, Paul Hogan's. I think that's most people's knowledge of Australia is
That's it.
Yeah,
That's it.
That's not a knife.
Yeah.
Sort of,
Now, I'm curious because you brought up hunting there. Knowing a little bit about the firearms culture, is archery legal?
Archery's legal.
Okay, there it is. That makes sense.
Archery's completely legal. I think there might be crossbow restrictions. But
Yeah, no, I was thinking just like compound recurve bows.
No, completely fine. You can have those.
So what are the situations where you can actually have a firearm?
So let's private security, police, military. Let's not worry
Sure,
about that.
yeah.
So as me, I can have one for recreational shooting, for pest control, and then I can join a gun club. So you can still get one. So I handed all my firearms in late last year because our gun laws in our state really tightened down, and I was like, I rarely use these. It's just not worth it. I'm just going to get what money I can for them. But yeah, so basically, if you know a farmer and they trust you enough to let you on their land, they will write you a permission letter and basically say, I trust this guy to come shoot on my land.
For pest control? Or
For pest control, yeah.
Okay,
Rabbits, foxes, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So for that, you'll generally, so they'll license the caliber as well, depending on what you're hunting and the size of the property.
Okay.
So you can't have like 5 acres and have a 308. They're
Yeah.
just like, no, because that'll go through the neighbor's house and the neighbor's house and the neighbor's house.
Yeah, but that's where the fox is at.
Yeah, no, but that makes
Yeah.
sense too, because like Iowa has actually similar laws on caliber restrictions. Like New York's got weird laws. We've talked about that numerous times. I only found out recently, like all of the flatland states have restrictions on the highest caliber you can go because it's so flat that if you miss your target or the berm you're shooting at, it can just keep going. Like you can't own a 50 BMG in some of those states.
Lame.
Yeah, but you can have 4570.
But yeah, like I think when I was growing up, firearms were very accepted. I've had guns pretty much my whole life. The school I went to was like a private school in Perth. When I was going there, it had a rifle range on the school.
Oh, nice.
So they would teach weapons handling, and there's like shields up for inter-school shooting and that sort of stuff. But obviously, with the way society goes, it's been phased out. And
Probably should have kept that.
Well, I mean, even when I was young, I don't remember what grade I was in. Who knows? This is also in Florida, so we have to take that into account as well,
man.
right? There was like 2 weeks out of the year where we went to this place. It was called Nature's Classroom, right? And this was a farm, and it butted up against the Hillsborough River, and the Hillsborough River is known for alligators and all this shit. And so you spent 2 weeks, out learning and doing, and but part of that was shooting. And at first it was BB guns, and then later on I believe it was 22s. You got to fire 22s. And we were young, but it was cool. It was done in such a way that it was like, this is how you handle this. It was more educational than anything. The last thing you did was shoot. You know what I mean? Like like the last half hour of the last day, you're like, okay, now you get to shoot. And it was very well done.
yeah, I think that teaching respect and how to handle a firearm is just missing now, right? Now and then I'd pull out my wallet and I have my little firearms ID card, and there are people like, "Oh my god, are you a mass murderer?" No, man. I like to help friends with the bunnies on their farms, and
Yeah, so
it's
because you said there's calibers that you get licensed for. Like, what kind of firearms are they?
so. If you got a smallish property, you get Category A firearms. So we separate them all into categories. Category A is rimfire, so 17 HMR, 22, and shotgun.
Okay.
And those are bolt pump for the rimfire, not for the shotguns, and lever action. Which makes, like, there's so many, like, it's much like laws here, right? Some of them make no sense because I can throw a lever just as quick as I can throw a pump.
Sure.
Yeah, I was going to say, so for like the shotgun, then are they like over-unders?
Yeah, over-unders, side-by-side, single shots, bolt action. I had a bolt action 410 for a while. It's a great gun. So, and then Category B is like all your centerfire firearms.
Okay.
So basically anything from a 222 Hornet up to 338 Lapua. Western Australia, my states just banned a whole bunch of like the high caliber stuff and brought it back down. Essentially, it was like with the system where you have to get a letter from a landholder and all that sort of stuff. After a while, the landholders started selling letters, right? Because they're like, oh, didn't have a good crop this year. How can I make some money?
I mean,
Yeah. That's capitalism.
Yep. And then as soon as you like, it goes past that, like, oh yeah. So the check and the balance was the landholder knows me. He trusts me. I trust him. Therefore, this guy is okay.
Yeah,
Rather than like, oh yeah, we'll give anyone who wants to give me $500 a letter. So
yeah.
at which point you fuck with the system. The system's going to come and bite you in the ass.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what's happened at the moment, right? So.
Anything like semi-auto, or is it all bolt action, lever action?
So Category C is semi-auto rimfire and pump action and self-loading shotguns.
Okay.
So that is, again, bigger property owners, but just the property owner. You usually can't get a license for one from that guy, or people are doing pest control. Category D is like centerfire, semi-automatic.
The cool
which
stuff.
is-
The fun stuff.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm
And then,
assuming handguns are just not.
gun club only, so you
Okay.
can't. Cause you can't use self-defense as a reason to buy a firearm in Australia.
Okay.
So so you can. So let's go through the procedure. If right now with no firearms license, if I want to get a handgun, I have to go and join a gun club.
Yep.
Pay my dues, pay my SSAA membership. Then be a member of that club for 6 months, participate in, I think, 4 to 6 shoots, depending on what the club rules are, where you use the club's guns. And then at the end of that, they will give you a letter of club support. You can have bought the firearm, but you can't put the application in. I put my application in. I wait a 28-day cooling off period. I have my safe inspected at home. and then you can have that firearm and take it home.
That just sounds like New York.
Yeah, it is. Very
That
close,
sounds
actually.
like specifically Westchester.
The gun clubs in Australia, do they have like competition pistol shooting, like USPSA?
Yep. Yeah. There's PPSC. It's been so long since I've been to a club because they. Yeah.
You know what all this sounds like, right? It sounds like there's already a system in place to bring airsoft to Australia.
They could, right? So
I mean, to me, that process is ridiculous, right?
6mm
But
BB is a caliber.
well,
Airsoft guns would be a category.
but I'm saying with the club, like the whole process you just went through, right? My opinions be damned, it doesn't matter. There's already a system in place, so why? The logical mind would be like, why don't you just if everybody's that uncomfortable with it, why don't we just use that process?
that's always been the argument.
like-
Right? Use the existing licensing framework. We don't want to just throw airsoft
Right.
guns in the community.
Yeah.
It's going to be people who there's some responsibility there.
Sure.
And they go through the process. Too big, too scary, I think is the main thing.
But the real guns aren't too big.
Well, I was
too
going to say that's also
like,
not far off from how New Zealand does it. Because remember, the Taranaki boys described it to us, and it's very similar for them to get an airsoft gun as you just described to get a handgun.
it's the club
have to be in the
support.
Yeah.
club,
Yeah.
Yeah, like they
thing.
have to be a member of the club, and if they're not, they can still come, and they pay like a day membership fee to be a part of it, and then they can get rental equipment. But then after you're in long enough, you can get basically an airsoft license where you can go buy an airsoft gun. And now look, we have Operation Armor Fury.
Yeah. Well, I think England's the same way.
Yeah, that's
Similar.
just to
It's
not
similar,
get
yeah.
like you could buy one. It just has to be high vis, and then after you go to an airsoft field, like a certain amount of times in a certain amount of time, you can then get the license to buy the not high vis one.
Yeah. Well, but I'm saying there's a process already in place, and I'm actually kind of shocked that
I also
they just didn't go that route because paintball, from what I think I heard from you, is completely unregulated. Like,
Oh no, that follows the exact same system. Yeah.
Okay,
So
okay.
New South Wales has relaxed it a bit, but otherwise, exact same system. If I want a paintball marker, so has to go on a lock safe, all that sort of stuff.
the safe thing that kind of like there's one county around here in New York where they require that they come inspect your safe, and I think that's a little weird, but like if that's the way you got to do it, that's the way you got to do it.
Which county is that? Is that Westchester?
It's Westchester.
Yeah.
But even then, like going into this, I was just under the assumption that guns were just taboo and you don't have them in Australia. I didn't realize there was a way to do it.
Yeah. There's a way to do it. It's just a framework you have to go through.
Yeah.
Western Australia has definitely clamped down on it, but I think I can't even remember the year. It's going to be terrible. There'll be people in the comments
I can
again.
look it up.
We had the Port Arthur massacre. So basically, one dude in Tasmania, very unhinged, shot a bunch of people. He's still in jail. But that after that, they were basically like, we don't actually need semi-autos in the community.
Yeah.
Anyone?
1996.
I bet the
Yeah,
people
there you
getting
go.
shot
As
at
well
wish
as
they
at
had a
school.
semi-auto.
Yeah. It's one of those things
that's applying. See, that's applying the American mindset to it.
Yeah.
Like, it's, we can't judge what another company does based off how we feel, because we like guns in America are. We look at them differently. They're not for shooting rabbits. They're not for shooting deer. They're for taking over our government.
Yep.
That was the foundation of why we have guns in America, and other countries don't have that foundation. So we can't.
To other countries, it's a privilege.
Yeah, we can't
Yeah, it
apply.
is.
We
Yep.
can't apply our logic to his situation because it doesn't apply. And yes, I'm sure some of the victims would have loved to have had either their own or somebody else to do that. But I mean, was that the last mass shooting you guys have ever had?
Of that nature, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
That was
so
it.
it was a problem, and they took steps, and it's solved.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Don't get me wrong. There's been shootings since then, right? But like the last two, like it's either bikies shooting it out with each other, gangs basically.
Bikies.
Oh,
like
I thought that was
Yeah.
something else
I
for a second.
love that, dude. You're taking somebody who's supposed to be hardcore and just making it like a child's toy.
Yeah, bikies.
Just
Yeah.
go get your bikie.
Yeah.
I love that. That's great.
It's and then there's been two real serious ones in like the last couple of years, and it was like these people, fringe sovereign citizen, you can't control me sort of people. When the cops, and invariably they attract the attention of the cops. I think it was last week. The cops in Victoria were doing a search warrant for child sexual offences that this, had alleged on this property,
Yeah, yeah.
and this guy ambushed them and shot two of them, and is still on the loose somewhere in the wilderness.
He could be with the side. Yeah, I mean, you could just walk, depending on where you're at, walk east or west and just vanish.
Are there a lot of people 3D printing firearms?
Not that I know of, no. Because the other thing is like ammunition's really hard to get. So like to get ammunition, I have to go to the gun shop. You can't, buy it from anywhere. I have to present my license and my ID, and my license has the calibers that are on there, and I'm only allowed to buy those calibers. So if you don't have a gun, you can't buy 9mm ammunition for a
What's
3D
it like?
printed gun.
What's it like buying things? If you're in Australia, if you were to buy like shell casings, primers, powder,
Probably the same
reloading.
process.
because the guy in Germany that made the FGC 9, I mean, he's in Germany, so similar.
What's the FGC 9?
Fuck Gun Control 9.
Fuck
It's a
Gun
3D
Control.
printed firearm you can make out of parts you buy from a hardware store and a 3D printer.
It's like designed from the. It's not a 3D printed version of a pre-existing gun. It was designed so that you can have a semi-automatic 9mm carbine that like functioned reliably.
For dudes that do it in the US, there's a file format where it'll take an AR-15 trigger group and a Glock barrel and Glock mags.
Yeah, and, and that's pretty much the design of the gun. But like even the
And it
metal,
looks stupid.
yeah,
Here, Dave.
and the metal stuff in it, like the bolt housing is plastic, but then the bolt inside of it is like steel rods.
Yeah,
and
you were getting at
right. So
reloading.
So the guy that made that,
Yeah.
he made the whole documentation for how to like from the ground up get this going, down to like you're using EDM etching to rifle the tube for the barrel, so you have rifling, and down to reloading ammo because he couldn't buy ammo in Germany. So it was like he had the reloading equipment. Some of it was 3D printed stuff that he made from a hardware store. Even the magazines, like jigs to bend steel wire into magazine springs. But he had like AliExpress links to casings, primers, powder, and bullets. So the guy did all of it without having to go through any of the legal crap in his country. Eventually,
He got caught.
Eventually, he died mysteriously of a heart attack while in police custody. Like while being detained, he died of a heart attack or something like that. Supposedly, he had a cardiac problem.
Okay.
But like in Australia, are people able to, like if you buy stuff from AliExpress, what are like the customs like?
Well, they won't let it in.
Yeah.
They rip
Even
open packages.
Yep. The guys trying to bring in airsoft parts sometimes really struggled. So the guys would buy like AEG parts from Red Wolf, for example, and customs would be like, like we're going to go through every single one of these. So you wouldn't be able to buy that stuff. And the gun shops don't want to sell it to you, right? They don't give a shit about a $50 sale compared to if you go and do something stupid, it's going to ruin their entire business.
Yeah.
So they're very like, you find anyone that's into firearms is generally very protective of the industry because they don't like the dickheads that will just clamp down shit even further.
I see that in New York.
Yeah.
There's some gun shops that are like, some gun shops, they'll sell you an AR that's like in the gray zone of being another. I talked about like the features, right?
Yep.
Well, there's like an other. So remember, I was telling you all the scary features on an AR. Well, that for the New York Safe Act is like for rifles.
If you just.
But then
cover
it's
it
like,
with
what's the legal definition of a rifle? Well, part of that includes something you can shoulder. It's like you put a pistol brace on it, now it's not a rifle. And if you put a foregrip on it, now it's not a pistol because you use two hands to fire it. So then there's gun shops that'll sell others. I don't know if they still do.
No, that loophole's been closed.
Yeah, so I don't know if and then there's other gun shops that are like,
There's a. new
why do
one,
you
though.
want a pistol brace? You know,
If there's one amazing thing about the gun industry in America is that when new laws or new suggestions from the ATF get passed down, the loophole is discovered instantly.
Yeah.
Like, dude,
And anyone will find a way.
oh man.
Like that one got closed, and not to go back to New York firearm laws for too long. Immediately a new one popped up. As soon as that got closed, everyone was like, "Oh, hey, look, there's this one."
Yeah.
and our permitting scheme throughout New York, it's very county based, and like Westchester County, within the state, and I think it's like Yonkers. They're pretty close to the city.
Yeah.
Like they'll check safes and stuff, and they might have an initiative to try to find people breaking those laws. Like, oh, you have a foregrip on it, you're going to jail. A lot of other counties, like they're not pursuing that.
Well, it's also like in Westchester, you have to have your range permit for a year before you can apply for a concealed carry permit. And that's when they have to inspect your safe. So you've already owned a handgun and had it for a year. So you have a safe. And now when you want to upgrade to a concealed carry, they're like, okay, cool, we need to come check. But then it's like in Orange County, you can go from not having it to having a concealed carry. But mine took 14 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, it's because we view firearms in a different light, right? So like the government's a bad guy.
Yeah.
Always. Government's always a bad guy. right? So when the bad guys say, "Oh, you can't have that," then we're like, "Fuck you, we're going to do this."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because we never want to be caught in a situation where all of a sudden we can't do anything against the government. And that's the balance that has to be established. The government should have a healthy fear of its people, not the other way around. You know what I mean? And that's why we view guns the way we do. But
And the copium
here
of
nor
people that are into the firearm space being like, no, that's not what it's for. And you're like, come on now, man.
it's for killing the government.
Yeah.
That's what guns are for.
I saw a documentary that like discussed like the root of our gun culture, and it was actually the British, for their colonists that were still loyal to the British, like the king basically instilled that gun culture, because instead of doing what France did when they went to colonize someplace and they had Native American problems, because like there's peaceful tribes that we fucked over, and then there were some war tribes that were like scalping us, so what the colonists had this idea of,
Fair.
you're here, this is your property, you're here now, so you have to protect it. So it was like, have a gun, protect your property. And that idea of like, I'm going to protect my property by all means necessary, it was not them sending out military to basically guard these areas like France did. For France, it kind of backfired on them. The people had it. These same people happened to become, the colonists and led
The revolution.
the greatest revolution in mankind.
For us.
They said we couldn't put bacon on a burger, so we overthrew the British.
Sure. I mean, yeah, guns have been part of our culture since the beginning,
We always circle back to politics.
I know something else has changed. Anyway,
But what's funny is like initially it wasn't about overthrowing the government. It was really just, property.
as soon as we hoisted a different flag,
Oh yeah.
Threw
It was-
some tea into
oh,
the
yeah.
harbor.
Once
Yeah.
they raised the tax on tea, which we don't drink anyway because we're American, we drink coffee.
yeah,
Fuck those guys.
we weren't American yet.
So weird Australian question to try and get off of this.
Yeah, sounds
good. We wanted to keep you being able to come back to the United.
You're on a list.
I know they're really popular here, and it's actually one of my weird. I actually watch them on YouTube. How popular is How Ridiculous in Australia?
That's a good question. Like, I watch them. They're from Perth.
What is
They're
How
from my
Ridiculous?
town.
How Ridiculous is
They're
the
like
dude
our
that
Dude
like
Perfect.
Yeah, it's like the Australian version of Dude Perfect. Like they throw shit off of giant cranes and this huge tower into a sandbox. You've seen the videos. I found them during COVID.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, this is so entertaining for no reason. And I watch them all the time. But they're very popular here. So I'm curious, how popular are they in Australia?
That's a really good. I don't know.
Okay.
Is the answer. I think they are very, very popular here, as you said. It will be interesting because obviously they sell a lot of merch.
Yeah.
Right? They generate a lot of cash from their merch. How that will go with the tariffs. And how that affects them, because obviously they have a lot of market over here.
I was going to say they've expanded greatly in the last 4 or 5 years. Like, I have a Rexy t-shirt.
Yeah,
It's-
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look,
Look,
it's funny.
I'd probably have to ask my mates who have like kids of that age whether they watch
Yeah.
them. I have no idea, to be honest. Like, I watch their videos. I think they're good. That tower that they throw everything
Yeah.
off is like on my way up north to like some beach towns. So I
Okay.
like to like drive in and be like, oh, Gravity Discovery Center, there it is. There's like
Yeah.
they leave all their shit there, right? So like the Hulk fist is there, the big like star ball is there, all that
I
sort of stuff.
remember when they made
So-
like the giant, that was how I found them, the giant trampoline video where they were throwing like a boat off of a tower onto a giant trampoline. You're like, how high is this going to bounce? Like this.
Yeah, I think they had a video that came out the last couple of days, and it was like throwing sheets of paper into a shredder or something like that. I was
Oh,
like,
God.
come on, guys, you're running out of ideas
Yeah,
here,
they might
guys.
be running out of ideas because every time they come up with like something ridiculous, how ridiculous?
Yeah.
Putting samurai swords on a spinning turbine, shit like that, and they're like, "We're gonna throw a watermelon at it, see what happens."
Yeah, I don't know how that the helicopter thing they have. I'm like, that looks really unsafe, guys. Like,
Yeah,
Like incredibly unsafe.
yeah. Like when they do it, they're like in a Connex box that has a cement barricade in front of it because they're like, "All right, we're gonna turn it on," and it's just like 8 samurai swords whipping at 250 RPM, and they're like, "All right," using a crane, they're like, "Drop the watermelons," and they record it in high speed, so it just looks fun. Yeah.
I think there are a bunch of good dudes like
Yeah.
doing some really cool videos. I think they're like the premier YouTubers, if you can call them
Yeah,
that.
I
out
mean,
of- yeah.
Prior to Demolition Ranch retiring, they used to go hang out with him from time. Like they went
Yeah,
to
I saw
drive
those.
tanks with
Yeah.
Demolition Ranch. So that's why I was like, oh, they're like pretty popular Australian dudes. Like people here know about them. I assume they'd be super popular there.
Yeah.
I like the channel, the guy, it's Stuff Made Here.
Oh
You heard of that guy? He's just this dude who's in his garage making super dangerous, sketchy contraptions. He's like, I'm going to make a hammer that accelerates with a 22 ram set when you hit it. And like, he's just doing all this redneck engineering in his garage. He's
forgot what his
barefoot,
baseball
putting holes
one
in the
was.
ceiling. And like, it's always so sketchy.
Like I remember when I
his videos
first
are
saw a
hilarious.
ram set tool, like I was like, these are 22 blanks. They're like, yeah, what are you using for? Putting the nails in. Like,
Oh, they're amazing. You know what's even better? They make a version of it. They're like, oh, these things are pretty loud. This one's pretty quiet because of this thing. I was like, you just made a
It's
suppressed
silenced,
fucking
yeah.
like, that's fucking great.
suppressed nail gun.
Yeah, no, I did construction for many years, and we use those all the time.
Yep. We didn't have them. Yep. I assume because people would take the blanks and do stupid shit with them. So,
Yeah, you buy those blanks over Home Depot. Right?
yeah.
I have.
They're great. They're great for putting a nail through steel. I mean,
Jesus.
they'll yeah.
I have with my 22 one time. So like a 6mm BB is pretty much like 22.
Yep.
So I put a ram set in my 22 and I was like, cool, it fires. Doesn't really eject, but I was like, cool, let's put a BB in there. Let's put a 22 ram set. I'm like, let's shoot it. And it shot the BB.
Oh, I'm sure it did.
You can do things.
Yeah, of course you can.
But with the BB probably just
Stop
got
describing
obliterated.
illegal shit.
Yeah. Well, that's not illegal.
That's not illegal.
It's not illegal.
Yeah. I can put whatever I want in my legally owned 22. It's cute. It's a Marlin.
Stop giving kids ideas.
You know what you do need? I think you do need. Oh, I don't know. Actually, shit. These. What about the Wiggles?
Yeah, we like. I think that Australia's biggest exports are like iron ore, gold, the Wiggles, and Bluey. That's it.
So I will accept on
Still the
behalf of
Wiggles?
America the apology from you for the Wiggles.
where we get nothing. We have inflicted that on the world, and you will live with it.
That
So
I think we should have locked down because of the Wiggles to stop that spread.
Fruit salad.
No, dude.
Yummy, yummy.
My two and a half year old loves the freaking. They do a song. It's like balls, balls, bounce your balls, everybody. Let's talk about balls.
Uh-oh.
We're adults.
That's a psyop.
We're adults playing with little balls. It's fucking weird. I watch that and I'm like, look, it's fucking weird, man.
We are grown
This-
men playing with balls.
Yeah,
that
it's-
you should also play with balls. Look
think
at my balls. My balls are big. like
I think that's a line. I think that's
that-
in there. The only thing they don't say is blue balls. They're just like like
red balls, yellow balls, green balls.
And my favorite,
Orange balls.
No, you know what they say? That it's a female and she's holding the ball, the blue ball, and she's like, she changes up the way she says. She's like, and my favorite ball of all is the color blue. And I was just like, it's fucking weird.
Well, it used to be just the four dudes, right? Who
Yeah.
are old now. So yeah, now they brought in the Hot Wiggles and like I think the purple one is the thirst trap that all the mums love now. I don't know, man. I don't have kids. I don't.
It weirded me out so much that I was just like, I can't. I look at all of these adults playing like kids, and I'm like, there's something weird about that. Man. There's something fucking weird. And then my girlfriend's like, no, it's just a show. I'm like, yeah, but man, like, it's fucking
There's
weird.
subliminal. There have been studies done on like cocoa melon. Cocoa melon's really bad for your kids. Like cocoa melon was made in a laboratory.
Really?
Like they have the frame changes and the colors on the screen
Color-
and
it
the
was something-
noises at just the right time so that it's like your child never breaks attention away from it. And it really fucks up their attention span and like their dopamine like reward circuitry.
Yeah.
Like cocoa melon's giving kids like ADD.
Well, I remember when I was taking classes on advertising and video editing at the time. This was 2014 through 2016. The average human attention span was labeled at 7.5 seconds. I don't fucking believe that anymore.
It's got to be less.
Yeah, I'm going with 2 to 3 at this point. But
So speaking of cheese,
government cheese.
Yeah. I love Bluey though. Like there's a cricket episode of Bluey. It hits hard, man. It's
Yeah.
like it's good. It's a good show. There's no overtones or anything. It's just a genuinely good.
I've heard good things about Bluey.
I actually liked Bluey when he was in that phase, and but my girlfriend didn't, and she was like, "Yeah, the kids always treat the dad like shit." And then I started watching. I was like, "Oh, they kind of do." Like, yeah, but he's just having fun. It's like, yeah, but the dad is always like the butt of the joke. I was like, yeah, but we're dudes. We can handle it. Like, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Oh shit! What was his name?
Hammer Barn in Bluey, which the hardware store they go to, is the hardware store in Australia, right? Except it's called Bunnings, but it has a big hammer on that's its logo. So and it's generally a big sort of warehousey. So yeah, Hammer Barn. That's it. So once a year they get together and they do like collab merch that's all branded with Hammer Barn stuff, but it's only sold at Bunnings.
Oh, nice.
So like one of the guys I play with, I brought across like a couple of aprons and just some little shit, and for my brother-in-law and sister-in-law too. So it's
nice.
It's cute, man. We don't have much unique stuff because we get Americanized. So it's nice to have something that's ours for once.
Do you have kids?
Nope.
No? You just watch
Small
Bluey?
small furry ones. Yeah.
You just watch Bluey because fuck it.
The nephews here used to be really into it, and then I keep
Gotcha.
trying to get them into cricket just to confuse them when they try and play baseball. So.
Yeah.
Brother. It's funny you say that. We were just talking about this the other day. I watched a YouTube video, and it was titled "Cricket for Those Who Know Baseball," and I was like, well, I understand baseball. I never actually played baseball, but I understand it. It's something I can watch, whatever.
It's a fun time.
Holy cow, cricket's got some nuances, man.
Yeah.
I was like, it's kind of like a game of dodgeball, like not really dodgeball, but like you're trying to knock the wickets off, or you're trying to hit the wickets, which have the two little
The bails on top.
bails on top.
3 wickets, 2 bails on top.
And then there was like this certain situation where if I'll just call it the batter. I'm sure that's not the right
Yeah,
term.
batter's good.
If he hits the ball, he has to run to the other set of wickets and then back before they do something.
2 batters.
Yeah.
Right. You get a run by the batter's cross to the opposite end.
Okay.
Right. So you hit. You can run. You can run if the other team misfields. If you hit the ball and it goes to the boundary on the ground, like it bounces, that's 4 runs. You don't have to run it.
Yeah.
And if you hit it over the boundary, like a home run equivalent, 6 runs. You don't have to run it. You just get awarded.
And it's
6
a
runs.
circle, right? The whole field is just a
pretty
big circle.
oval circle. Yeah.
But there was this, I can't remember the situation, but like, I think the bowler,
Mm-hmm.
the pitcher, I don't remember the situation, but he like ran and tried to knock the things off. Was it with his hands? I can't remember.
Mm-hmm.
It was like it was almost like the infield fly rule. It was like this unique circumstance where if these 5 things happen, then this guy runs and like tries to get it. I was like, what is happening?
Yeah.
Dude.
So if you run and someone like breaks the wicket with the ball or with the ball in their hand, then they're out basically.
that must have
See
been
you
it.
later. Yeah.
But they were like diving, like I was like, this is wild. Like who thought of this?
I think if you're going to watch the Major League Cricket in the US is trying to be a thing. So I think they just finished their season, but that's like the most approachable one to watch. So that it goes for like 3 hours. It's 20 overs per side. Over is 6 balls, and then everyone swaps sides because it's nuanced and there's lots of little stupid rules. But then it's almost very. It's big hitting and power hitting and that sort of stuff. So it's the most entertaining to watch. It's the only one I can get my wife to watch, and she'll. We get a membership to the team back in Perth, and generally takes her a game to remember all the rules. But after that, we're away for the rest of the season. Whereas
Are bigger cricket leagues usually like in country, like different states versus different states, or are there like international?
So there's an international competition, which it's really like England, Australia, New Zealand, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, and then South Africa.
Is
and a few
Bermuda
other
part of
nations.
that?
I think Bermuda does have a team.
Yeah, because me and my wife for our honeymoon went to Bermuda, and like cricket's a big deal there.
Yeah,
Every
that's
Wednesday.
the West Indies basically have a team.
Yeah.
They used to be
all
terrifying.
all
fast
British
balls.
territories.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, actually,
basically.
yes.
Like there's a huge cave in Bermuda, like a big salt cave, and it's one of the tourist things you can go to. And they tell the story of the cave, and it was discovered because 2 kids were playing cricket, and the ball got lost in a hole, and the kid went in the hole and was like, "Fuck, where am I? I'm in a huge ass cave."
Yeah.
And then managed to find his way out. Cricket's like part of their lore,
Yeah.
and on Wednesdays they go crazy. And I don't understand cricket. I don't understand it.
It's tough. I watched that whole video and I was like, how is this like baseball at all? Like this, there's really not much going on.
It's just a bat and a ball.
Yeah, I find the 2020s,
I know,
the short games more interesting than a baseball game. Where
Yeah.
I'm like, I sat here and like no one has done anything other than get out for like the last
Yeah, that happens.
however long. Yeah.
I went to
Baseball. Baseball is, in my opinion, the most boring sport to watch.
Coming from someone that played baseball for a long time, it's way more entertaining to play it than watch it.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yes.
fair enough.
I think also if you understand the nuance, just like with anything, like I can watch an entire soccer game that's 0-0, but I played soccer my whole life. So I understand the nuances. And, I'm on the couch going, oh, man, that was so. And everybody else is like, what happened?
Soccer can be 0-0, but you're seeing like war. You're seeing crazy defense and offense. Like it's 0-0 for a reason, and like they're trying to make plays and the defense and all, soccer can be super entertaining.
Plus, it's like
it's always moving.
It's the sport that you use your feet, not your hand. Like, I'm sure there's another one out there, but like most major sports, you're using your hands. We're born using our hands. Like we know how to, this is pretty easy to do. But when you watch somebody flick a fucking soccer ball with a 1-inch toe, like precisely dishing, that's the shit, which I'm sure is the same for you with cricket. Like you understand all the small nuance. So if it seems like a boring game, you're like, no, but this guy was this, and then the wicket, and then the fucking thing,
and he ran up and he slapped the ball down. And he was like,
I think he shouted insults. That's 2-point deduction.
The modern games, like it's very fast. Like it used to be, because the traditional cricket is a test match, right? So it's 5 days. There's no limit to the amount of balls. It's just until both teams have 2 lots of outs.
Holy shit.
So I will sit there and I'll watch a 5-day game quite happily, much to my wife's disgust. Like she's like, you were a slob. Like get off the couch, walk the dogs, do something.
So now,
do people fight in the bleachers watching cricket?
Generally we make cup snakes. So like disposable cups, like that is the game at cricket, right? Drink as many beers as you can, many shitty mixed things, because it's kind of boring. Right? Let's be honest.
How is this not popular in America?
And like make a cup snake.
That's where
and
it's
then,
like baseball.
And then security hates cup snakes. So they're like, right, get those kids. And so everyone just keeps passing the cup snake kind of like a conga line, so security doesn't get it. So.
Is beer like ridiculously expensive at cricket games compared to just buying it from the supermarket?
It's not as bad. I've been to Yankee Stadium a couple of times in the last couple of years, like $25 for a 20 ounce. What? Excuse
and you're only
me.
allowed to buy 2 at a time.
They want to make sure you don't have enough money for bail.
Two at a time. I can only afford to buy one. I'm not coming back after
I saw a video recently where the guy's like, I figured out the hack at Yankee Stadium. And he's like, you buy 2 at a time. You have your girlfriend buy 2 at a time, so you don't have to get up every inning and get 4 more beers. And I was like, how many of these fucking things do you drink at a baseball game? Holy
in this
fuck.
economy?
I mean,
that means you have to hold them because the cup holders suck.
But at $25 a beer.
Oh yeah, you got to be rich.
Yeah, like
I went to one Major League Baseball game one time because my dad used to manufacture his own brand of spa, and he got free tickets somehow. This was back when the Rays were called the Devil Rays, the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, right? And they were an expansion team, so like nobody was really going to the game. So our seats were right behind home plate in like the wealthy people, but there was nobody there. And there was like these iPads, and you just like, that's how you ordered everything. But I remember the game was like really boring, dude. Like if there was a hit, it was either caught or they were out at first, or as a strike. It was the fastest baseball game ever. And we're like, oh, okay, like nothing. Everybody is so good at their jobs that like there was no fumbling of the ball, like nothing was happening. And then we went to a college game where everybody's trying to prove themselves. And like, wow, shit was happening, dude. It was actually way more enjoyable to watch that. I was like, man.
But coming from someone that played baseball for like 15 years, very into it, I don't even watch MLB anymore. Like they've tried to make some rules. I saw in the last couple of years where they're like, we're trying to make the game more fast paced. At the end of every season, just Google best plays and highlights for the year. Watch the 10-minute video. You get your fix of baseball, and you're like, all right, I'm good.
What's the league now with the bananas? Or
oh no, that's like if you went to Renegades.
Yeah,
they're like a AAA team, but they're like the Harlem Globetrotters of baseball.
But there's like multiple. There's like firefighters.
So they have a competition team in their own little league. It's the Savannah Bananas.
Bananas.
Yeah, my aunt lives right down the road from where they play, so she's like, come down, like we can go to a Savannah Bananas game. And my mom's just like, no.
It's like a show. It's more like a show. Yeah,
it's a party show. Like they're doing wild, wacky tricks. You would get way more entertainment out of that than going to an MLB game.
Yeah,
it's fun.
I put that on for the first time this year. I was like, because we do 4th of July and we do Thanksgiving at home, right? So not normal for Australia.
Are your neighbors like, what the fuck are they doing?
Yeah, pretty much. But they're like, you're going to feed me and give me beer? Sure, we'll come over.
Burgers and dogs and turkey.
Yeah, and we've got like a little community of expat Americans now, so we're kind of like, all right, everyone come around. But I usually I put football on for Thanksgiving and I try and put baseball on for 4th of July. But yeah, I found Savannah Bananas. I was like, this is awesome. There's like a dude on stilts who's like,
it's awesome.
And I was, it's super cool.
Yeah, my aunt, she's always trying to get me to come down there and be like, dude, let's go to a game. And I'm like, if I had the time, I would, because that looks way more fun. If they ever circle up here to play the Renegade Stadium for any reason, fuck it, I'll go.
Oh yeah, dude. If they came up here, or if New York, no, never.
No, New York doesn't have that fun.
New York's not gonna have fun like that.
Not serious enough.
No, because they would get like regulated and shit.
Yeah, that and the dudes that it's a Instagram channel and a YouTube channel. They play baseball, but with like weird rules. So they'll play with like a tennis ball and a tennis racket instead and shit like that.
Nice.
That is way more entertaining than watching MLB.
Yeah.
So I do a Memorial Day barbecue at my house. All the staff comes over and everything, and I'm always trying to think. I have volleyball. I set up like a volleyball net, but I like line out the field and everything. But I was like, man,
Anthony has brown toes.
Yeah, I was like, man, I want to do something different. So I was thinking about doing like golf at my house, except the golf ball would just be like whatever toy balls that my son has, and you can't. The only rule is you can't use a club. You have to use something else.
Oh,
Yeah.
wiffle ball bat.
Wiffle ball bat, or like
I don't have brown toes. It's a condition, and I'm working on it.
You have brown toes.
he just admitted just to do something wacky over there, but I never got around to. Oh, we did wiffle ball one year.
We did wiffle ball. Anthony's son almost died.
Well, because Connor like is a savant. Launched one like into the fucking interstate. God, I guess
Line
we're done
drive
playing.
right down the third base line. Anthony's child, the ball.
Yeah.
Do you guys have super golf here? Is that a thing?
What is that?
It's golf.
Golf that's
holes-
not boring.
Yeah, holes are shorter. The ball is like a tennis ball size, and it's like a hard foam sort of stuff. And then you've got 4 clubs, and they're all oversized. You know,
Nice.
it's just a bit of fun, basically. You can belt the shit out of this ball, and it'll go like 100 meters. So,
Nice.
We
but
don't
yeah,
have super golf. We do have some really aggressive mini golf places, and we have top golf, which is just drinking with a side of golf.
I've been a top golfer.
Yeah.
I
Hey,
quite
we
enjoy
have
top
mini golf at home.
we have mini
do
golf
have
in
yeah.
the shop.
You guys have frisbee golf out there?
Yeah, disc golf. That's
Yeah.
becoming a thing.
Big in Maine. I went to Maine 2 years ago, and it was like big deal up there.
Yeah.
I passed it recently. There's a frisbee golf place around here now.
What's I didn't realize this, and I should have. But just like in golf, where there's different golf clubs for different
There's
discs,
different
there's different discs, and they all have different properties, and one's heavier, and one's lighter. And while we were, because it was just like the 5 of us, belligerently going through this course, there were some serious fucking
Yes.
people coming through there. I was like, oh shit.
Dude,
They had sponsors on this.
Yeah, dude, like they were trying to do it for time. Like it was
I
crazy.
learned that recently with pickleball because, like, I told you guys, like, my girlfriend and I are getting into it, just trying to have some fun, like, play a new sport, learn a new game. So we're like, all right, cool. We're just gonna get like the $75 paddles. We'll get a couple balls. Like, we have normal outfits. Watching people show up for team practice at the place we go to is like, holy fuck! Like, duffel bag, 4 different paddles, 4 different like sets of balls. They've got different colors. They're like, we're gonna work on this. I'm like, okay, so there's a professional level to everything.
I feel like it's
Yeah.
Ben Stiller's team coming in dodgeball, like the Cobras.
Yeah.
Jordan, that's what I imagine bowling with you is like. You're just like, yeah, let's go bowling, whatever. And then we go there, and you have like you got your sponsors, you have your own ball, you're polishing it.
got his own
You get
shoes.
all serious.
Yeah, I've gotten rid of
The
most
wrist.
of it. I still
He's
have
got,
2
like, the
balls and a
wrist
pair of
thing.
bowling shoes. Yeah.
It's like, oh, didn't you know? I was a champion of my league back in the day.
Meanwhile, I'm like, put the bumpers in.
Yeah.
Anthony, you know what time it is?
Normie. So even I know that one.
yeah. I got
Trying to-
fun.
What do we have today?
I was trying to catch him.
I have a fun one. Yeah, no, I was.
Is it
very
normie to eat Vegemite?
good. No, that actually was pretty good.
Didn't have another
Where
one.
is Spotify? There's been a lot recently.
I opened this one. Be a shame for it to go to
Oh,
waste.
yeah.
Oh no, there's the other one.
Okay.
It's the Australian version.
So our ration packs, the military ration packs, have Vegemite. in it.
Fuck yeah, they should,
Yep.
dude.
Little tube.
Oh.
So, I'll give you guys a choice.
In Australia, to adjust your hop up, do you have to set it down?
What did someone ask me? One of the guys on Saturday was like, "Did it hurt taking your ground anchor off?" What? What the fuck? Because you're upside down. Oh yeah. Cool. I got it now. Yeah. Sorry.
Flat Earth.
No, that's funny.
You're not a flat earther, right? Good.
I have flown around this world too many fucking times.
right.
You're on the bottom of the
Yep.
plate. Australia is on the bottom half of the flat Earth. It's like 2 sides of the same coin.
Okay.
Anthony, eat another Vegemite.
Yeah.
No,
Yep.
Do we want to talk about pieces of equipment or specific kits?
Hit us.
it has to actually be normie.
Oh no, it's normie. Both of them are.
And it's
We'll wash it down with the Tim Tam.
do like a less vague one.
Oh no, they're both pretty precise.
Just hit us. Just
Okay,
hit us.
is
How,
Jordan.
it
how many
no-
Tim Tams have you had?
2.
Oh, really?
Is it normie?
Like that's your second one?
Yeah.
Oh,
Is it normie to play with CIA, FBI, or ICE patches on your loadout?
Ooh, or police.
Or police?
well, Eric has like the AFT loadout.
That's different. That's me.
That's a meme.
It's a whole police loadout, and he has the AF, like not ATF but AFT.
That's a meme, though.
So that rides the line, right? That rides the line with stolen valor. So if somebody came in with like, I don't know, military patches or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't think it's a good idea.
I mean,
Impersonating a police officer is illegal. Like, it's a law. That's the law. So how far does that go? Is it impersonating a police officer just to dress up like one? Or is it impersonating a police officer to pull somebody over and give them a ticket? You know what I mean? Like where's the line on that? Oof.
Okay, my overseas take on this, with zero knowledge and the likelihood I might not get let back in this country if I say something wrong. Police impression kit, okay. You take it off before you leave. You know, you put it on when you get here. FBI, I'd put under that. CIA, that's getting to the line. ICE,
So I'm
I'm not going to have an opinion on that one.
Right.
ICE is just like a face scarf in a Penske truck. Like,
Well, like, because to me, there's two boats to it. There's going full in and being a tryhard like Eric, where if you just switch those out for ATF or even his Call of Duty, because that kit is multi-purpose. He has all of the Task Force 141 patches as well. You're embracing the LARP in the same way like the FBI ones is usually FBI HRT. They're doing Ranger Green.
I feel like you have to have a certain amount of knowledge to
Right.
do an accurate impression kit.
I think what this person
But
is getting at.
if your cop loadout is just you're wearing all black and you're using a Glock as your sidearm,
or like the dudes that unironically show up and they just have like Amazon special, but they think it'd be funny to wear ice patches.
Not illegal.
Not illegal, but this is about, is it normie?
Oh, normie's fuck.
I'm going to say
Yeah.
that's normal.
Yeah.
I feel like to do an
'Cause
accurate.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing as doing those constitutional audits. You're wearing it just to get a reaction from someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Like you think it's funny and somebody else is going to get upset about it. It's not much different than playing as an Axis Power loadout for world, like,
Well said.
yeah, like wearing some stuff you probably shouldn't. Like you think it's cool. I think it's weird.
Again, context matters, right? So if there's an op happening,
Sure.
and it's cops versus robbers.
Somebody's
right?
gotta play the bad guy.
Somebody's got to play
the good
right.
guy.
Same thing with World War II. You know,
Are we the baddies?
yeah, I'm starting to think we're the baddies. But just like
I think if you do the police, sorry, I interrupted.
Yeah,
there. If you do the police impression kit and you go out and you LARP ready or not all day at an open play, that's normie. If you start yelling at people, you know, all the ready or
Yeah.
not lines,
Yeah.
no, sorry,
Man,
that's
Yeah, well, that's
thankfully that's never happened. But man,
and a lot of our core player base.
no, we used to run around like just on a day where we were just messing around.
Alaskan State Troopers.
Alaska State Troopers. What we used to see. Praise Alaska State Troopers.
Come out with your hands up.
Yeah, we used to do it to Eric Colton.
Yeah.
We'd run into the room and be like, Alaska State Troopers, put your hands up. Meanwhile, like full fucking Thor hitter kits and like Woodland Gang.
Yeah, like
He's
we were-
raging. He's raging. I mean, like, okay, like if you had like a SWAT loadout and you're just playing Airsoft, you're not trying to like make it your own main character. I'm a cop. I'm going to try to detain people. Like, what are you really doing? Your gear's all black. You have a chest rigger plate carrier that holds your M4 mags. You're using an M4. You have a sidearm, and you're just playing Airsoft. I don't think it's like like if the kit's super accurate, like you can't like LARPy, yeah, maybe cringy, maybe, but like normie, if it's not haphazardly put together because your lore is I'm a cop and I want to be a cop one day. You're disrespecting a future police officer, you know. I just feel like it's just another impression kit.
Well, yeah, but in your head, you're picturing somebody well put together. I'm picturing the drop leg holster that's floppy.
Yeah,
You know, that type. In which case, I would say normally. Also, if you're trying to do it just to get a reaction, you need to kind of reevaluate your life. But
I don't know what reaction that would get.
ice,
I feel like ice is pretty
Because
controversial.
somebody
Yeah.
did it recently.
yeah,
Yeah, I
And I
mean,
literally looked at him and I was like, I'm not taking photos of you.
doing ice isn't like normie. but it's like
It's reactionary. You're
yeah,
trying
it's,
to just
it's
get a
rage
reaction.
baiting.
Yeah.
Rage baiting for sure.
Rage baiting is normie.
Rage baiting is the lowest T thing you can fucking do because I guarantee if you baited somebody in and they beat the shit out of you, you wouldn't fight back. Like you would just record it and be like, see.
I know what William thinks. William's like, no, get them out of here. They're gonna shoot me.
Well, William likes Vegemite.
William's
dogs love Vegemite.
William's a
The
dog.
saltiness.
Dogs don't like 3-letter agencies.
No, well, he doesn't. He doesn't like.
Did you see Ice in South Park?
No, I haven't seen the new episodes yet.
It's
I have to say that.
there's like the promo videos.
I did not find any of the new South Park episodes funny at all.
They were making fun of like the who was it, like the chief director, like the head of ICE or whatever.
Sure.
It's like this woman, and every time she's doing like a promo video, she's like and she starts shooting at a dog, and like she'll miss like every shot except for the last one, and then she'll be like, phew, that was close. Like, they found out that they were illegal immigrants. In heaven. So then they infiltrated heaven and they find a dog in heaven and they start shooting at the dog.
What happens when they kill the dog in heaven?
Well, you know, blood.
Comes back alive?
Blood. it was
saying, what
just
happened?
ridiculous. Like I just like how they leaned into the shooting the dog part. You know what I'm saying? Because to me, that's a very like you get that joke if you're into like the gun culture in America, because like that's jokes that we make, and like the gun sphere and the
The
airsoft
ATF
sphere.
shoots a lot of dogs.
They do. Like,
shot one dog one time.
They
Like,
shoot a lot of dogs.
It's a very specific joke that I feel like our niche like gets and we find funny, and like South Park just like fucking nailed it.
Yeah, they did.
They're just like they shot the shit out of those dogs.
So in Australia, what's the public opinion of law enforcement?
Generally, that they're there to help you. For the most, as long as you're not one of these sovereign citizen dudes who's murdering people on his property. Yeah, it's generally pretty positive, right? Like it's, I get pulled over, I don't get that. Oh my god, like they're out to get me, sort of thing.
Yeah.
I'm sure my experience, your mileage may vary. Right?
Sure.
So some people don't have a positive opinion at all. But look, generally, I think WA police are pretty good.
Cool.
I get a few mates who are in, like a few people who've passed through. Like, no particular thing. I don't understand policing here, not from an overall point of view, but just from the amount of different police forces you have.
Oh, in
yeah,
the same,
dude.
in the same circle.
Yeah, I was
There's
like, who does what? Is this
village, like village, town, county, state? It gets a lot.
It's like my whole understanding of it is like Dukes of Hazzard. Like if I cross over the village line, then the village cop has to stop and like shake his hat and throw his head on the ground, and that's how it works.
Sort
right?
of.
William.
They have to get permission from the next jurisdiction to operate in it.
Yeah.
He's fine.
Yeah, I mean the U.S. as far as like executive powers, they're not like super centralized.
Mm-hmm.
Like there are those federal agencies, but they're after like bigger fish, But like
What are you
around,
talking about right now?
I'm talking about like how we have village, we have county
Okay.
police.
All
Like
right.
like we're not. When the police get called, it's not this central agency. You know what I mean? Like there are different jurisdictions in like counties and towns. Some villages might have certain laws. They might have different duties.
See, that would just confuse the shit out of me. Like,
Towns nearby, if there's like a parade, you're going to have that village police usually directing traffic and handling that. You're not going to have like state police come and do that.
Yeah.
Honestly,
State police is usually patrolling highways, and they're usually like they have the SWAT team. If there's like some messed up like hostage
Yeah.
situation or whatever.
where it gets confusing is when you see stuff like Metro North, the train company. They have their own police.
Yeah, Amtrak has police.
Yeah,
You
so
know,
it's
it's like-
that like
we have environmental police.
yeah, one of our friends used to be part of that, but it's like where it gets confusing is as law-abiding citizen, you still see a cop car and you're like, fuck, don't pull me over. But then you realize it's a Metro North cop car and you're like, oh, you can't do shit to me unless I'm in a train station parking lot. We're fine.
Yeah.
Like,
We have police that like go to pharmacies and make sure that they're compliant.
Yeah.
And like, do we have to arrest a pharmacist or something?
The post office has a tactical unit.
Yeah.
you watched that fat electrician video too.
What do they tactical?
Nobody That's just lining somebody's pockets.
Yeah.
And we have like Air Force Base nearby, not too far
Which
from
has
here.
the Army and the Marine Corps on it as well.
Yeah, not too far from here. We have like West Point, so there's like the military police as well. They don't like venture outside of that, but
And then there's SORT, which is New York State's like tactical SWAT team, and they're out of Stewart Airport as well.
Yeah. It's like I can't help, you see all these people pulled into wherever, Dunkin' Donuts, and you're like, surely it would be more efficient and a better use of money if this was a unified police force. And there wasn't like 3 or 4 sets of administration and leadership and like overheads, basically. just from a business point of view. I don't know. It's So
No, it makes sense, but it's also because like everything runs downhill. So like federal, state, local.
Yep.
So because of that, like you're gonna have your federal stuff, like federal law enforcement being FBI, ATF, stuff like that. Your state law enforcement being like in New York, state troopers, then county. So like some counties have county sheriffs, some don't, and then each individual town will have their police department. And then where it gets real weird is like Newburgh next door, city of Newburgh, town of Newburgh, 2 different police departments, 2 different funding, 2 different overseers.
2 different lots of taxes.
Yes, 2 different pay scales.
Yeah. It's crazy. Honestly, like we have 1 police force. That's it. So sorry. We have federal and then we have state. So we have WA police, and it doesn't matter if you're in a small town, if you're in the city, it's WA police. And they have all the specialist units that they have, but that's it.
Usually, from what I get, is like as you move up in the, I guess the federal chain, that's when you start seeing like pay grades go up. And I feel, and I could be wrong, but it seems like when people first become cops, they might try to do like a village or something local, and then they'll try to
It depends.
basically go to a like state, because like state requires.
Well, that's what I was going to hint at. So the biggest problem with this system is the fact that based off of that, town, city, different jurisdiction, different pay scales, but different requirements and different training. So like to be a city of Newburgh cop, sure, you might only make $40,000 to $50,000 a year. You also only need a high school education.
Right.
To be a town in New Windsor cop, sure, you're going to be making $80,000 a year. You need 4 years of college or prior military experience. So right there, those towns border each other. And it's like the quality that you can pull from those groups, then it's like, yeah, no wonder why there's a lot of people that think all cops are bad, because you have jurisdictions that have less training, less funding, less qualified people, but they got the job because there were less restrictions.
Yeah.
I think I think where the idea started, right? Why we have village, town, all that stuff, is because a population center should be policed by somebody who lives in the population. So maybe it started like that. Towns obviously don't start big; they start small. So that's the village, right?
And
And
New
then
York City was that way.
and then the town expands around it. Like, oh shit, well, the village police kind of has their own thing already set up. Let's create a larger entity called the town police, but still keep the village police. You know what I mean? I think it's just something that spiraled, became a monster later on. But I think the idea was that, you know, Anthony's the cop around here. We all know Anthony. We go to his house and barbecue every once in a while. So like that community is going to be a lot tighter than it's like playing Airsoft with a group of your friends versus 500 random people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're always going to have a better time. You know?
Yeah, and it's policing the area that you live in, so you care.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the idea.
Yeah, because I mean, even only recently was it changed where, like New York City, to be it's very big, very large funded police force, it's increasingly gotten a little bit wider to where you can live and be an NYPD officer. Because for a long time, it was like you had to live in the city or just out on Long Island, maybe in southern Westchester or Rockland County. But now in the last couple of years, it's expanded. Like you can live in Orange County and be an NYPD officer, which, better or worse, you have a larger pool of people you can pull from. But at the same time, it's like now you're going to lose that. Like with New Windsor, you have to live in New Windsor or in the surrounding towns. You can't be like, oh, I'm going to live all the way out past Dave's house 1 county over and be like, I'm a town of New Windsor cop. Like that, they don't want that. They actually want you to live in that area.
Yeah, I also think like less funded, more local police. If that's absent, then there has to be some larger jurisdiction that might have to police that area if there's an incident. And if it's like a traffic infraction and you're in the middle of town and really it's like, I don't know, your headlights out, you get pulled over by like state police for that, and state, you know what I'm saying? Like smaller villages, they'll just handle that shit. And then you have like California where they have to call in the Marines to like deal with protesters because that police force couldn't do anything about it really.
I mean, there's another.
That was politics, though.
It's different. It's
There's
different.
another glaring issue because, like, what you're saying there with like
I think it's just
essentially a
different levels
centralized
of
policing,
capability
that
and
sounds
resolve.
fucking awesome because you would have a standard. It'd be much like with any military branch, which I'm not saying the police should be the military, but you would have a standardized structure of like, here's the quality of training, here's the quality
That's
of
exactly
life.
right. Yep. Everyone goes through the same academy,
Yes.
and then they get posted out to the small towns. They live in the town. Actually, to advance in the police force, you have to go and do 2 years out in a small town somewhere.
Yeah, and that stuff like that makes sense because then you're learning the job and you're doing it. I just looked it up because I wasn't sure. So Australia only has 27 million people in it.
Correct.
The
Yeah.
United States has 34 or 340 million people in it.
Yeah.
And this is a lot. Like, I know it's kind of like, oh, this could be seen as copium. A lot of problems in the U.S. circle back to good luck with a population density that large.
Yep.
Because like,
You can do anything with 12 people.
yeah, you can do anything with 12 people. You could start a cult. You can start a country.
Yeah.
You can do anything.
We
But-
did both.
Yeah. But when it comes down to, oh, hey, what if we wanted to do some radical change like that? That's where it always leads to with the gun control thing, too. You want to do a radical change, good luck.
Yeah,
There's
how are you going to
340
enforce
million
that?
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's, again, we'll circle back to the Iceland thing for a second, realizing I had a very similar conversation to this while I was there. And I said the same thing to that guy. I was like, your largest city is some of our smallest towns. So
Yep.
it's like, man, it's like, you're not going to do it in a country where you have 12 people. Sure. 100%. In the
Yeah.
US, it's good luck causing that change. It's going to take generations to get to that. Like, sure, maybe in 100 years, we see a standardized police force. That'd be interesting, but we're going to be long gone by then.
Yeah, I mean, you walk through New York City, and last time I was in the city, I was like, it would suck to be a cop here. Like,
Yeah.
imagine you have to arrest somebody. There's just all these fucking people. You know, you don't know what their politics are when it comes to cops. Like, you're watching your back. Like,
You
you
just
know,
assume you're going to be on video anytime you do something.
yeah,
That's
it's pretty nuts. What's also nutty too is like we have state and federal prisons, and then there's like also like more local like county jails. You know, like so even like I guess the penalty and where you go is also based on the crime, or I guess the severity of the law you broke. Like if you broke like a federal law, like I guess it would be weed, right? Weed federally is illegal. State might be legal, but if the feds get you for weed in your state, like that's federal time. And obviously local police isn't going to go and do that. You'll see like cooperation and like and partnership with different units if they have the same thing they have to do. Like if there's a school shooting, you'll see the local police there, but then you'll also see a SWAT team pull up.
if or when. Sorry.
When, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Soft targets.
There's something happening. No, but whatever. LARPing as a police in Airsoft, wearing the police ice things.
Normie.
I'm gonna say normie. Yeah.
I say rage baiting.
Well, sure.
Big yawn.
Dog said normie.
No,
Yeah.
dog said
Dog
normie.
said normie. He's like, they shoot dogs.
Dog said.
They shoot dogs. They're shooting the dogs.
That was perfect timing. Good job, kiddo.
All right. With that, I think we're
thanks, normie.
Thank you for coming all the way here.
pretty good to wrap
Yeah,
it up.
dude,
Yeah.
Gentlemen, thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure.
Yeah,
We'll see
man.
you again next year, hopefully.
Hey, right on.
Yeah, dude.
I'm going home via a city in Canada, so I'm not going to dox myself any further. And my company has gone, would you perhaps like to live here? So maybe we be a bit closer.
Hey.
Who knows?
Hey,
we'll
that could be
see.
interesting.
Who knows? It sounds good. Thank you so much, Russ, for coming on. With that, good night. God bless. We're out.
Pull your rim there.
Download the app.